Hello? Halo? Dengarkah? Hello, 1 2 3 1 2 3. By the way, suara aku kuat ke? Ke suara YT lagi kuat, geng? Hello, 1 2 3. Kuat sikit, Mun. Kuat sikit suara YT Ke macam mana? Ke tak dengar suara YT? Macam kau ni tak dengar je suara YT. Tak dengar YT tak ada suara. Wait. Dah agak dah. Kenapa dia pergi sampel sistem tu patutnya? Okay. Sekarang mau dengar kan? Suara rosak. Okay. Okay dah. Very thank you yang mana yang bagi gift. Terima kasih mana yang dah PC awal-awal guys. Aku tak tahulah guys aku boleh nobar ke tak, tapi aku dah isi whitelist lah. Harap tak ada apa-apa lah geng. Nak facecam pun. Sabar jap. How are you guys though geng? Mun suara kuat sikit. Apa suara aku ke apa? Yang lain macam okey ke? Okey je yang lain. Woo! Pasal YT slow sikit Mun. Slow sikit Nampak? Suara kuat sikit je. Sekejap aku rasanya aku nak kena on off balik ni. Okay. Yeah. Indi Coco el balik. I believe. Dah okey ke? Dah okey kan? Sikit. Hello. Okey. Ngam. Tadi memang kadang-kadang gue SLN dia ngebak sikit tau. Aku pun tak tahu dah kenapa. Tak tahulah aku boleh ke tak guys Nanti kalau tiba-tiba terpadam ke apa ke korang faham-faham lah guys But I hope I'm good for now. Asal suara sekat-sekat for real. Apa fungsi gitar dia pegang tu? Nampak semat lah bro. Nampak tu rambut belah tengah bro. Ya sila tu rambut belah tengah. Kisah. Thank you so much doh Bella. Thank you for the punch card, for the giftnya. Semoga dimurahkan rezeki. Rambut baru kamu. Apa rambut barunya? Tak ada rambut baru pun, sama je. Bang main gitar sikit bang satu kali. Boleh tak? Main gitar satu kali pun dah okey dah sebenarnya. Mu predict Aurora atau Tlph? Aku rasa Aurora lah guys. Gitar satu kali sikit. Adalah gitar dia main sikit-sikit. Nampak tu? Teo. Ini lagi tanya. Kita tu buat gempak kot. Nah, okey lah tu. Nampak tu. Aku nak cakap apa sekarang? Mengerti betul. Pun faham ke? Dia cerita pasal kisah cinta dia berdua, guys. Koko tu setiap pagi dia minum koko. Dia kokoin tu. Nampak dia makin sedih lah. Dulu dia selalu minum koko berdua. Dia selalu minum berdua. So sekarang ni dia dah putus. So dia rindu lah. Bio 7 ke ni? Yes, best of 7 guys Kita kedepankan sikit. Lagu apa kau yang tanya aku? Sedap tak dia kata? Dia suruh buat bising. Okay. Panda, thank you Panda for the billionaire. Well guys, welcome to the stream. Baru masuk, boleh tap like and share dulu. Hari ni kita akan nobar final game MPL Philippines. One of the best liga ML in the world orang kata guys Sebab kebanyakan yang datang berbihit semua world champion kalau pergi international. So dia kata sama-sama guys Pitch ramai. Biasalah tu Ringgogu. Dah biasa tu kat negara sana memang diorang macam normalize lah benda tu. Lagu Melayu ke bukan? Sebenarnya kan kalau kau nak tahu fun fact guys Fun fact, Filipin dengan Melayu tak jauh beza pun doh. Dan kalau korang nak tahu, Filipin adalah negara Islam yang terbesar suatu ketika dahulu So kalau gunting tak selaku sama, dorang pun gunting. Kalau sepak, dorang sipak. Macam tu lah. Risau dan Angela cosplay Belman lagi. Damn. Macam mana guys? Negara sana diorang normalize kan benda tu. Tipu min. Penat dah tu bang. Kalau saya dah stop lah. Lagu Bang Face ni bukan. Patut macam dengan Melayu juga. Warna kulit diorang pun lebih kurang Melayu guys. Tenenet 10 dalam page siapa Mana aku tahu, pergi check Google sekarang. Another proof that in the world of MLBB only one stand above all junglers. Tlph bro. Tlph, the goat of MLBB. Dah lah muda lagi tu.
Pero hindi lang ito tungkol sa amin. Dahil ang laban, tagumpay namin ay galing rin sa inyo.
It's not a message but it's a wish and a prayer na sana mag-champion na si UN.
Gusto ko na makamit ng Tlph ang Golden Road.
Lahat po sila deserve ang championship this season.
This season.
Sa bawat pagkatalo, nandyan kayo. Sa bawat iyak at pagod, naririnig namin ang sigaw niyo. Kaya kahit gaano kahirap, patuloy kami naglalaro.
Final ke mun? Yes, final guys.
Aurora.
Win.
Ito na yung pinaka-struggle na season namin kasi lower bracket kami and tinapakan ng talaga namin para makapasok talaga kami dito ulit sa Grand Finals.
You were the light at the end of Aurora's tunnel. You made it back into the Grand Finals.
This is
You made it back.
the best
Back
season
to
that
back.
I've seen so far.
Bila nak face reveal Moon?
Na malapit na ako sa Grand Finals tayo natatalo sa Tlph eh.
Nasurot
Lagi
tepi tu lah,
kinakapos.
This is Light's first M World Championship.
This is a liquid that is angry. This is a liquid that stampeded through the lower bracket.
Tanya.
And a liquid that is hell-bent on defending their title.
Boom.
Ang isang laro, hindi nabubuhay.
A game doesn't live without its community.
Kayo ang lakas sa bawat
You are the strength
pindot.
behind every
Kayo
tap.
ang sigaw sa bawat panalo.
Kayo ang dahilan kung bakit ang simpleng
You're the
pangarap.
reason why Simple Dream became a legend.
Patuloy namin kayo susupport.
Tadi ada seorang muka macam ni guys. Patuloy amin macam ni. Sorry. Tak patut aku buat macam tu. But it's okay. Sidai tu santai lah. Dorang final ni bro. Dorang final. Ni final best of berapa? Best of 7.
To immortality, ladies and gentlemen.
Dorang semalam dah start best of 7 dah guys.
Season 16 Grand Finals. At the EX
Ramai gila pun final macam tengok konsert. Biasalah tu. Nanti MPL M1 pun sama, MPL Indo pun sama juga tu. Siapa menang pun predict nanti lah aku rasa. Apa? One of the best XP laner guys Edward dan juga Sanford. Talk about mentality guys.
In the jungler, it's Demon
Damn.
Kite versus Carl
Demon
TZ.
Kite and Carl TZ. Kau tengok betapa kuatnya menjeriknya guys. Yang aku terkejutnya guys kan, waktu Demon Kite masuk SRG tak dapat champion tu. Aduh, rasa rugi betul tu. Kali ni hat-trick M-Series kah? Boleh jadi tu guys. Yue lawan Sanji guys. One of the best juga lah mid laners in the world probably. Aurora win ni. Bagi aku pun Aurora sebenarnya. Tapi Tlph pun you know got one of the best jungler ever alive. The GOAT of MLBB, Carl TZ, JP dan juga Light yang ni first time lah aku tengok senyum-senyum man. Tadi semua muka serius tau. Damn. Quite good juga cara dorang entrance masuk guys.
Hold on for the gold.
Macam kau lah Moon Poke lah pula. Domain Kite guys. Sekarang ni budak-budak Aurora ni memang tengah hot gila tu. Maksudnya dorang tengah in the zone lah guys. Tanya. Oh head pun nampak kurus gila tu sekarang. Demon Kite ni yang pernah main kat SRG dulu, kat RSG dulu. Betul, ya. Yeah. RSG. Bukan SRG, sorry. Terbalik sekejap.
Standing strong with their coaches. It's Coach Master the Basics.
Master
and
the Basics.
Coach Dexter for Aurora Gaming.
RC and juga
And it's
Tic Tac.
Coach RC and Coach Tic Tac for Team Liquid.
Master the Basic dengan Dexter ni memang one of the ni lah guys. One of the apa ni nama yang sangat besar lah sebagai coaching staff.
Aurora Gaming versus Team Liquid Philippines.
Final ni, yes, final guys. Guys, mana yang belum pas kat dulu guys tes sekali sambil tu boleh ke tipis-tipis.
First up is Aurora.
Alola on fire. Ni kau tahu tak siapa ini semua guys? Domenkai, Light, Yue, Edward. Diorang menang player regular season. Kecuali Demon Kite sahaja yang tak dapat. Sebab jungler yang dapat, yang menang adalah Tlph guys. Yang lain 4 semua player Aurora tu.
Looking really angry and showing it to TNC yesterday.
Tapi kalau kau tengok guys kan, game semalam Tlph ni banyak siap dia buat pergerakan seorang-seorang. Dia macam dia buat smart tau guys. Tapi
it's the first step.
Dia tak mati.
Actually,
beberapa kali lah.
That golden stampede. And even if you look at their team head to head, even overall statistics for across all the teams, it's always these two who seem that they have very close statistics to each other. Probably, as pointed out in the
Aurora tinggi 71%.
To Team Liquid Philippines
kill
and their
participation
early
70%. Game win rate 65%.
But Aurora is a team that I
tak tahu guys macam mana otak orang ni berfikir main pelik.
That you can't just feel as confident in securing those early turtles when you're up against.
Tlph the real gendong. Tak, actually yang lain pun menggendong juga. Ohep apa semua. Okay guys, I want to know man, siapa yang korang predict
first bloods happening for Team Liquid Philippines ever since the playoffs did start, and we might see that today as well. That early turtle, I think they have like a 90% contention rate, 96% contention rate for Team Liquid, and Aurora really winning out in terms of the bigger mid-game.
Guys, mana yang belum subscribe dekat YT, bantu tekan button like sikit guys Thank you so much. TikTok pula.
Both of these teams actually would prefer the blue side, so this is definitely going to be advantageous for Aurora, especially as we've observed in previous drafts, in previous games that they played, that they wouldn't even hesitate to prioritize a comfort pick if need be, especially if they or the opposing team, which are now Team Liquid, put so much emphasis on a particular player, on a particular role, in hopes of choking out the hero pool. They would not even hesitate to go all the way for a first.
Thank you mana yang dah PC, mana yang tengah tap juga guys. Terima kasih. Aurora ke Aurora namanya? Aurora. Like ni belah dari MPLID terus dapat pergi M Series. Oh ya, daripada BTR TNC cosplay Sanji semalam pun. For real? Kenapa pula?
That we've entered the playoffs and just saw a lot more unique heroes pick. And these some picks even just appeared for the first day and have always been prio banned ever since, such as the Yu Zhong, and I think that was also highlighted in the Howl. But this is the legit countdown, right?
Aurora solid sangat tu guys. Okay guys, game kita yang pertama. Aku nak tengok macam mana diorang draft guys. Sebagai seorang yang tak pernah tengok lagi diorang punya draft macam mana. So let's go.
Of a best of 7.
Coin Moon, tap dulu 100k ke kan?
First game, it's expanding rivers.
Dah lah kau dah PC. Dah PC ya, bagus. Kasih tap dulu guys. Prediction Moon, prediction aku Aku rasa Aurora menang doh. Aurora tengah on fire doh sekarang. Kau tengok win rate tu 83% tu, tinggi tu.
Just yet. Unless it's like the very last phase of maybe Red 1 or
sebelum ni aku tengok ni guys. Bukan. Tak ada.
So they actually opened the Harith, which was always denied of Dominkite for the
longest time.
Dorang ban
Grog, Unlock dengan Lancelot. Lancelot selalunya kalau dia bagi kan, bagi dia mengkak main tu, susah betul lah nak menang. Di Shanshin pun di ban Shanshin, Zuxin dan juga Yuzong. Kenapa dia ban Yuzong? Sebab semalam tak silap aku Si siapa ni Sanford main Yuzong Sanford ke main? Diorang kalah dengan Yuzong semalam. Satu game TLPH kalah dengan TNC tu adalah lawan dengan Yuzong.
There it is. Right? It's
Tapi
crazy.
kali ni Aurora yang ban.
Who is going over the Tlph, who seems to be very happy to take
Talk
that
about Yuzong
very
like
quickly,
tak ada
right?
for
Didn't even
what
take a few
reason tu.
seconds. They locked it in right away.
Ban hero
But
Sanford
we're
dengan
talking about
assassin
that
Carl
Frederick,
TZ.
Brigitte.
Ni ya?
We talked about how crucial that Frederick is, especially for players like Carl TZ.
Yeah, the CC is
Yuzong
also
main tak
still
balik
open.
tu.
If Aurora wants to
Ha.
consider that.
Sebenarnya Yuzong tu guys, kalau kau nak tahu, dia daripada sebelum ni boleh pakai. Ada orang nak pakai je.
An AOG from landing where it wants to
Dia sebenarnya bagi aku it depends on hero jugalah guys. Apa hero yang dia pakai. Setengah tu sesuai je. Okay ni kau tengok Eduardo. Edward memakai lapu-lapu.
I feel like Sanford will be happy to take that.
Would he
Prediction berapa? Tak boleh nak cakap doh. Mungkin 4-3.
I don't know.
4-2.
It feels like a trap. Again,
Sama ada 4-3 ataupun 4-2 lah Aurora. Selalunya macam tu lah. Respect Yuzong Gorgeous ke Moon? Tak ada, Gorgeous tak main guys. Empuk kepala tahu lah. Semalam TLPH kena bantai dengan Aurora 1-4-1 kan? Yes, betul. Bukan semalam lah. 2 hari lepas.
This is gonna be jungler, right?
That's gonna be jungle. Yes, 100. I feel like it's 100%.
Because yesterday there was a Gatot in the EXP. But I doubt
aku
that's
kan
gonna
pernah
be the
pergi
case
Filipina
for this
guys kan.
matchup. If you're up against the lapu-lapu.
It might be a bit too slow if
When
you go
dorang
on
jumpa
XP
play-play
Gatot. That's my
ML
theory
kan,
here. You want to be able to
dorang
give
akan
that
menjerit
JP
like
have
crazy
sense of
oh
control.
guys.
JP has also been using the
Dorang
Gatot
punya
gacha
support kat
to
sana
block
tu
a lot of
different
the
lah
bullets
berbanding
from
Indo
Rangers.
ataupun
We've
Malay.
seen that yesterday, and I think we will see that here today as well.
Even when they were up against the likes of the Novaria, he's just gonna be very, speaking of
Adi yang nangis.
they take out the Novaria immediately, but he's been very
Kau.
efficient, even prioritizing Twilight armor just to make sure that he gets to tank everything for his team, and JP is really very comfortable with the
Tapi
Gatot Trasher, which I like.
kenapa SRG kena
And we're
boom
seeing right now in Liquid's lineup, but they might go heavy
Sebab
on the
dekat
mid-lane
tempat tu
bans.
banyak
You could see
Filipin dah
Novaria
silap aku.
already being taken out. I'm wondering if the Eve could be the next consideration if you're Liquid.
Kau pergi PH ada kerja kau tak ada.
If you look at it.
I love the Eve.
Thailand ada,
I love the
Thailand.
Eve making an appearance here, but at the same time,
Ibarat artis tu kat sana dah memang macam artis dah guys. E-sport kat sana dah macam artis dah tu.
where's it gonna slot in? So usually that has been
Sanford.
on the first docket here for a lot.
Dorang
of our
ada
teams.
pelbagai poster tu nampak tu. Oheb, Sanford, Kaltizi. Banyak ada guys.
They still took out the CC. They might be limiting the Alice is still there.
That's true. The Alice is still there.
Makan pak tak mun tak. Asal kat page kalian bukan priority ban or pick moon. I think dorang kan mostly kan kalau korang perasan MPLP dorang punya backup tu laju tau. Mungkin sebab tu lah. Tapi aku tengok cara dorang main pun beza doh. Gerakan dorang dekat map tu lain tau. Tak sama macam tempat lain. Lain sikit guys.
Oh, now they get their Zane. Never mind.
Sekarang ni aku nak tengok lapu-lapu si Edward dengan Yves. Sebenarnya Yves ni hero power si Yue ni tau guys. Tapi sekarang ni dia kena still pick dengan si Sanji ni. Like nice. I like it how it goes untuk first game yang pertama ni geng.
Fighter XP lane.
So maybe that's why we won't
Prediction pun 4-3 ataupun 4-2 lah Aurora.
I think so.
They're looking for a bit more damage to come in the EXP lane, but the Arlot's not there, the Yuzhong's not there, and even the Benedetta gets taken out from Liquid as an option. And Aurora finish up their round.
Franco Farsa.
Well, okay. They warned us yesterday.
Kau tengok dekat MY, Franco pun jarang keluar guys.
I think that's the first Franco of the playoffs so far.
Tak kali ah. Apa? Like apa? Ciao. Siapa lagi?
Physical damage.
Yeah.
It's not what I was thinking.
Interesting confirm interesting guys.
It is physical damage.
Okay guys.
But it's not
like the
I like it.
It's not
I like the draft. It's balanced between of those guys. I like it for now.
The layer of surprise that we can see from them. I mean, the real world
Let's
AOG
see.
Yeah,
No
the catch. He's
purify.
on the catch
That's a
right
lot
here.
already.
Kecuali Harit.
Going up into the map, ladies and gentlemen.
Mostly dorang
for the
flick ke?
first game of this
Aku warga
best of
YT Moon,
7.
mantap.
It is gonna be
Sila lah
one for
subscribe
the
kat
votes.
YT.
Let's
Mana belum
throw it over
subscribe,
to our Steve
bantu like sikit
broadcast,
YT.
the We Bear Bros.
Rock hard, bring it up. Thank you so much. An amazing pre-show, an amazing opening, and it's electrifying here in the FPL Filipino Arena. It's season 16's grand finals. It is us, the We Bear Bros.
Grand final game yang pertama, guys. Kenapa lag ni Moon keluar masuk balik?
7-game grand finals and we're in for a surprise.
Miko kata kalau player kau world class memang draft sangat bebas.
To deny UA heroes in the second phase of the banning by taking away Sicilian and Ovaria, but he still ends up with a really great pick in the Farsa. Franco and Farsa.
Kita boleh tengok guys, kau boleh ambil guys kan emblem-emblem yang orang pakai ni.
Why Eves is such a nuisance now in this current metagame. Once he starts getting cooled down,
oh, like dia tak pakai emblem support dia pakai common emblem dekat Franco.
In terms of the emblems, nothing too crazy. Still
Dapat dapat?
run of the mill.
Like dapat tu.
Franco rings true even in season 16, undefeated going into this game. So you know that
Aku suka doh Filipin ni dia banyak tunjuk kat mid tau. I like it doh. Mostly aku tengok cameraman dekat MPLM Boy berterkabur tu.
Specific draft for game.
Dia kadang-kadang dia tunjuk apa ni jungle tengah ambil jungle. Sorang-sorang. Like doesn't make any sense.
We've seen very different shades of the meta already because of the way that Project Nest came smack dab in the middle of the season. That I think from draft up game to game we'll see that shades of the different meta. Because I mean, when was the last time? Yeah, you saw.
Tapi kan PH punya gameplay kan, dorang memang fight dekat mid tu dia kuat sikit tu guys. Maksudnya dia memang lawan lah, duo lawan duo. Lag. Cari gear tu guys, lambat sikit tu. Cari gear tu. Dia memang kadang-kadang macam tu guys. Dia memang kadang-kadang lag sikit. Tak maaf internet tak kuat abang. Semalam ni lah, semalam internet ni mengajuk.
You'll have to watch Sanford and Edwards' timings here and which team can help which EXP laner better.
Turtle now at half health.
Tak, yang lag ni semua pakai data doh, sumpah. Woi Sanji. One by one doh kat belakang tu. Selamat ke? Yui dapat lagi. Yui sorang-sorang weh dekat sana, dekat base korang tau. Yui kat bawah korang guys. What? Kenapa tak semua guys je kat dia? Sebab tu aku cakap otak Filipin ni dia berbeza sikit tau guys. Berbeza sikit doh cara dorang berfikir. Kalau MY tadi dah gas satu. Boleh selamat guys.
Again, they're holding on to this very minor
Damn.
lead for Tlph. You saw the stats there, by the way. The win rate between a classic gold lane matchup that we see in terms of the heroes. The Granger versus the Harris. Interestingly enough, that Tlph got that Harris too, because we all know, we've been talking about all season, Dome and Kite is probably the best Harris in the season.
Oh yeah. Definitely the best record, best performance, rarely loses lane. Now he has his hands on a Granger who decided to rush a Hunter Strike. Nothing too greedy, not going for the Sky Piercer rush. Of course he's going to be second building that, but a different flavor.
AOG coming in, Daddy JP, Salmon Force by OHEV, light in the middle of it all, real manipulation, the answer.
Oh no! Oh no!
Down, light bites it.
Great use of the real world manipulation. No more Salmon Force here. Here comes the clap back by Aurora.
An airstrike coming through. Several salvos caught in by the patriarch of the cavalry. No dice.
They did get the revitalization down from JP. Part of this too. And, hold on. XP laner is going to be duking it out. The Sanford should be able to get away.
Edward really stretching.
Jangan lawan. Lama pula tolak damage je. Edward buat wax terus tau. Diorang jarang doh guys beli kasut. Aku tengok kan diorang jarang gila doh beli kasut awal guys. Diorang terus buat item priority item. XP tak golden XP. Kecuali kalau kau perlukan kasut CD macam tu aku tengok mid pun tak beli kasut tu. Dia beli glowing.
the
Aku
EXP
okay je
made
tak
more,
lag.
but I think
Tak,
they're
dorang
gonna be okay
ni
with just
kan.
leaving it as
Dorang
it
yang pakai
is,
data
because
ni.
both of them can manage well.
Internet
They're
dorang
just looking
problem.
to outplay in terms of the objectives. Hopefully Team Liquid Philippines doesn't do the same thing that they did in the previous fight.
Aku nak fokus dulu. Lag tu lantak lah guys. Nak macam mana dah kalau lag. Nak buat apa tu?
JP standing his ground. He knows that there's very little follow through.
All right, Hook's gonna land here. They're in position.
Orang tak pi lah.
Where Sanji decides to set up this RWM, but they're just
Ni tak problem. Pergi tengok kat YT guys. Link kat bio, link kat bio. Wow, dua orang kena. Tlph mengganas dok game ni. What the heck?
The cavalry has evolved. They have wings.
Big, beefy boys slapping meat. That's it. That's what we're talking about. Just brute force.
Aku pakai wifi jiran. Okey tu. Kau tengok tu Sanji tu. Tapi sekarang GIF memang sakit doh guys. Sakit doh.
A little bit more like a lot of technicalities with this EXP laners. This time it's simple. Flicker and use the penalty zone.
It's a tale as old as time. Fundamental MOBA tactics. Dive comp versus poke comp. The poke isn't ready yet, so Liquid take advantage.
Yeah, actually you said the best. The poke isn't ready yet, but when things even out, that's when Liquid need to slow things down.
Sanford pun buat WX juga main Terizla. Understand?
Once they have their items locked in for the
jarang guys aku tengok orang main Terizla buat WX. Selalunya diorang buat terus buat full damage doh. Mostly.
It's interesting how it's happening too, because it's a different kind of pressure from Tlph because of the fact that they have a penalty zone paired up with a flicker, and then you have JP.
Thank you for the subscribe warga YT-nya. Kasih bantu like tipi-tipi saya guys di TikTok dengan YT. Aha, 4 orang. Okey. Ini selalu kalau pergerakan macam ni kan, HP selalu kena ada kalau kat MPL M1 ataupun MPL Indo. Tapi yang ni dia tak doh. Dia HP tu dia biar mostly seorang-seorang macam tu lah. Sanford, adakah Sanford nak gas? Balik lah
Okay, Team Liquid Philippines need to find position again for this turtle. It looks like
kita nak start dah ni.
But Aurora, they are healthy enough to fight into this. Waiting for the feathered airstrike of the Farsa to come back. Dominkite now has a sky piercer, so Liquid has to be careful.
Okay, ni 5v5 guys. 5v5 perlawanan. Sap, dia mengkat kena. Stun yang baik daripada JP geng Edward cuba tutup belakang. Damn, Tlph tengah mengganas guys. Edward dengan Damon kat 03.
Wouldn't even get in range. He didn't get to use a retribution there. Carl Daisy, very easy for him despite the entry for Edward. Again, this is why we wanted to point out the importance of the timing of the entry.
Tlph tengah bawa momentum semalam doh geng.
But there's also a Gatas Cacho for the side of
momentum semalam doh orang bawa lawan dengan TNC.
When the threat mid, Carl Daisy drives by Grand Theft Orange. 4,000 gold up. This is looking like a stampede.
All of it's distributed pretty much evenly across the lanes too.
Kurang makan budu viewer kamu. Kurang makan budu ke? You've goated Moon. You've goated kan. Most of the finals tak kisahlah kan. MPL mana-mana kan mesti ada Yves doh guys. Even waktu awal-awal tu Yves tak berapa nak banyak, tiba-tiba last Yves juga. Okay, damage dia kita boleh nampak UA dengan 22,000, Sanji dengan 19,000. Okay, 5v5 again. Oh, what an ulti, bro. Look at that guys. Playing dalam tower tau.
Oh my goodness. Team Liquid Philippines are still going for Dominic.
Damn. Team fight terus Xiao. Fight for consistency tu ni aku panggil.
pressuring the tier 2.
Damn.
Really spicy there onto that tier 2 turret.
Bagi aku like dorang punya gameplay ni macam new concept tau.
Would have gotten an even bigger punish. But good thing they were able to balance things out with the life hook and flicker plus the
But it's okay.
But Liquid are still sticking to their main idea.
Aku still proud dengan SRG.
Play for the Harith, play around the Harith, and this time what they're doing much better now compared to their previous.
Aku tengah tengok posisi dorang ni, dorang ambil posisi macam mana.
They're marking the other points of entry. There's always at least 1 or 2 members of Team Liquid Philippines.
Dorang macam lepas ni, lot ni. Mengkat tak boleh nak buat apa doh guys. Enemy ni sakit sangat doh. Teruja ke aku nak tengok macam mana dia nak tahan damage dorang ni. Kalau play jungle MPL yang lain ni dah tak boleh main dah ni guys. Dah lepas dah ni lot ni. Sampak bersorangan di bahagian belakang, menutup segala benda yang boleh ditutup. Damage tak cukup. Sampak dah bawa dah. Kau tengok tak ada seorang pun mati tu kat situ. Like real bro.
Again, Sanford and JP able to provide such a big front.
Discipline guys, discipline.
Fantastic item builds here.
Kadang-kadang it's not all about kills, it's not about the KDA. It just play for win and play for lose. Play to win lah guys.
Stand in front of Aurora right now and act as the secondary to Rizla, while Sanford's also the secondary god of Gaja. The interplay between the Roman EXP of Liquid is what's giving Aurora so much difficulty because they're both too tanky.
Yeah, this is what we were saying earlier, you know. UA is going to be a
Ini menang teruk ni guys, Tlph ni.
On the Farsa, and Domenkite's going to have to get there on this Granger. And it's
kita tengok betapa disiplinnya dorang. Aku nak tengok how disciplined they are untuk kedua-dua belah tim guys.
But now for Aurora, what can they do here on the defense? What are they capable of turning around to get
Like dah siap lah tu dua item tu.
Well, if they have the reach, this is a perfect defense comp that Aurora has. If Liquid decide to throw bodies and mess up, it's going to be dangerous. They force the flicker out of Domenkite. So let's see if Liquid will force any issue. But the thing is, there's no minion waves at mid. But they might try to play through the Lord.
Ada damage sa Domeng.
Be enough. But nah, they can't risk it at this point. Again, they have the Farsa, the Granger, which is already up.
Boring, tak ada fight.
So they have to be careful.
Aku rasa tak boring though guys. I watch with a very like aku nak belajar guys daripada gameplay dorang. Apa benda yang dorang buat berbeza ni? Tak kisahlah aku bukan ni ke, dah bukan apa ni, playing tournament ke apa ke, but I still wanna watch guys.
That box, literally the box they're able to set up with the RWM is, I feel like, problem number 2. Problem number 1 is getting past JP and Sanford, setting
cakap Melayu je lah Mun. Ya itulah orang Melayu. Inggeris tu bagus, belajarlah. Tak kisahlah salah cakap ke betul ke, belajar. Kau tak buat macam mana nak belajar? BPS nampak macam boring sebab dulu main disiplin.
You see the Lapu-Lapu and Fredrin both had to build Radiant armors. Waiting on, I wouldn't be surprised if that.
I don't think so guys. As a player, kan, aku tak nampak boring pun doh. Kita kalau korang perasan kan, kita boleh tengok macam mana perbezaan duit, macam mana diorang nak comeback ataupun macam mana diorang nak endkan game tu. Macam mana kalau K tengah tak buat apa-apa sekarang ni kan, diorang tengah buat apa. Benda-benda macam tu kalau korang nak import, korang kena ambil tahu doh guys, nak kena tengok doh. Kalau korang nak tengok just for entertainment, mungkin boring ah. Itu aku boleh cakap ah. Tapi kalau korang tengok untuk belajar, aku rasa tak boring doh. Okay, terus start diorang ambil fight dulu. Okay, dia mengkait tidur lagi, light tidur. Lasik doh.
That is economy dip at its finest showing. They just have too many items, too much damage. Aurora will have to play through the defense in
Ini menang teruk ni guys. Menang besar ni 8.7k. Lag pun okey. Kalau lag kau pergi tengok setting, kau pergi turunkan sikit korang punya quality stream aku tu dekat setting korang tu pergi check. Kan ni korang pakai setting tinggi.
Set up my RWM, and the rest of everybody else will go ahead and shine off of that.
Pergi turunkan quality korang.
Against that boss.
Yeah. You see, up to a Divine Glaive already for this even. I'm wondering, why didn't you build the Divine Glaive?
Thank
rush?
you.
They already
Warga YT.
felt this deficit very quickly. He still went for the Blood Wings. Yes, he's an important part
Final
of the
ke? Final.
You're gonna have to accept that you need that magic penetration right away to sort of smoothen things out a little bit more for your team.
Crazy thing about it too is Oheb's a big problem for Aurora. They've had no answer to it, and he's just been.
Domengkat tak boleh main doh.
They're gonna go ahead and push it into the space. Lord's gonna march up. They drop the RWM.
Light.
The tail end of that RWM takes down Light. Kite and Edward are holding.
Light tidur. Okay. Ulti Samfok masih ada, Oheb masih ada lagi. Simpan. Diorang pakai satu ulti je guys nak masuk tu. Setengah orang dia Samfok ulti, JP follow up. Tak ada. Diorang guna satu-satu tu. Diorang tak ada combo-combo macam tu. Yes. Mati juga tu. Sekarang baru Samfok guna ulti flick. Orang yang tak belajar dia tak nampak benda tu guys. Boom. Oh Yui, kau memang ganas tu Yui. Okey, patah balik. Silap pick Franco. Kenapa pula silap? Hai. Aku rasa JP dengan KTZ dengan Samfok ni kan duduk depan diorang terlampau strong tu guys. Aku tengok Sanji tak ada orang sentuh, Oheb tak ada orang sentuh. Kau boleh tengok item guys yang kau boleh tiru untuk main rank based on enemy. Kepak ni pun famous. Dah aku tengok kat PH dekat MY kurang tau kepak ni. Sama juga dengan Black Wing. Black Wing pun kurang famous guys kat MY. Iya ke? Kalau TG masuk 1 lawan 5 lu. Okey. Dia mengkat dah tutup batu. Ui, mati juga cuk. Diorang sekarang ni, even diorang take team fight kan, diorang tak ada heavy casualty tau guys yang terjadi. Contoh macam 4 orang mati, 3 orang mati kan, seorang 2 je tinggal. Tak ada tu. Paling-paling seorang 2 mati tau. Okay. Tak boleh. Dia mengkat kesian lah 162 kan. Tak main tu. Diorang buat Skype pisa ke tak diimun? Tak pastilah. Kalau nak tengok balik tengok dekat YT lah.
So this
Yang balik kat YT.
is comeback territory. We've seen him do it from 13,500 from the same damn team in the upper bracket finals.
Yeah, Liquid has this weird tendency in season 16. I think only around a 30 or 40% win rate, somewhere around that realm when the game goes past 18 minutes. My challenge for Liquid is for them to end.
Tapi kenapa Aurora seorang pun tak buat ni? Sebab diorang ada Yif dengan Harit, dengan Baxia. So diorang perlukan stack magic untuk diorang defend. Okay, boleh nampak dia mengkat dah siap item keempat dia selepas 162 guys Ultimate yang baik kurang baik, tapi diorang masih ada lagi satu skill. Sekarang ni diorang tak boleh nak masuk tau guys. Okay, Sanji ditidurkan guys. Shutdown untuk UA. Masih lagi defend guys Masih lagi kuat. What? such a good
Yeah, they're managing the minion waves very
defensive
well. Every time Liquid want to get close to
play
things, all of
by
that just
Aurora guys
turret.
Tlph masih lagi tak ada cara macam mana dia nak jatuhkan ini. Kalau Oheb tidur ni guys kan, aku cakap dengan korang kan,
And Magic Lantern for you, which is why minion waves are getting
raya siap.
fast alongside the fact that they have items already on this Granger. The Queen's Wings on that Lapu-Lapu, they got that earlier.
Auto kaya siapa yang bunuh tu guys. Aku rasa boleh siap terus full item.
Super careful is that Demon Kite doesn't care if he's the first target. He already
Asal you tak ambil red buff Moon?
He buys so much time every time.
Korang ni memang bingai lah.
And Demon Kite, hell, you get lump up. It's diminishing returns. These heroes haven't got kills. So Liquid
Aku membahan Mani yang tengah buat pelik-pelik je guys.
Economy rarely matters anymore. So they can just keep throwing bodies too. Aurora have found a way to play Liquid's
Ini kan,
Come down to is the objective fight here, and
kalau aku nampak KTC buat benda pelik-pelik pun aku bahan dia guys. Aku buat juga muka aku. Pandangan aku tak kisah siapa. Tak kisahlah God of MBB tak God of MBB guys.
Tlph for this next Lord coming up in less than 30.
Yeah, I think the main line of communication now has to be San. It has to be Sanji and Sanford. When Sanji wants to drop down the real world manipulation, Sanford has to be ready to look for Yue. Because the reason why Sanji got taken out in the last series was that he dropped the RWM, initiated, but Yue was free to be able to help reach Sanji, and those extra feathered airstrikes, and eventually the Aurora was what
adakah ini boleh menjadi lot yang terakhir guys? Lot keberapa ni? Lot yang ketiga. Sorry, keempat. Lot yang keempat guys.
Even if Edward dives him, there won't be a clapback from Aurora.
Well, here we go. Lord's up. It's evolved. Post the 20-minute mark here. Tlph still maintaining the lead that they have. They'll grab the buffs, give it over to Oheb as he grabs the purple.
Sekarang ni aku rasa semua orang dah full item kan ni.
Look at the positioning here too.
Kalau korang tengok Domain Kite tu tak ada item, tak ada item defensif guys. Dia tak buat Imo. Oh, dah ada satu guys. Dia buat antena untuk Harit. Sebab Harit kalau dapat dia memang akan burst guys. No boots anymore. Okay. KTC. Kita tengok Oheb punya position guys. Diorang masih lagi buat lot ni guys. Oh. Look like Oheb kena gigit. Balik bro. Menang terus kan ni? Sanji buang masa weh kat situ. Mati juga kah? Wah, JP tahan bro. Oheb tu masih lagi kuat dah tu. Tidur, menang. Tlph menang guys. They take the first game.
JP found Domain Kite.
Domination
It delayed the damage output of Aurora just enough for Liquid and Oheb to pop off and win.
A showcase of great skill here by both, but Tlph coming out stronger in game 1.
Ini game yang kita nak guys At least 20 minutes stop. At least 20 minutes stop
Okay. We got a game. That was very decisive from Team Liquid Philippines here, looking so strong right off the bat.
I think that was
damn. By the way guys, welcome to the stream. Baru masuk boleh type like and share. Mana belum follow kasih follow dulu guys. Dan mana belum paskat kasih PC lu. Tak uyen tak kawan. Yang di YT jangan lupa untuk subscribe dan tekan button like di bawah. Yue mati terus dapat N. Dah itu Yue hidup ke mati ke sama je.
And who else did play
Oheb
in that game?
with zero death guys.
For that Harif, really insane movements. Again, 12
with 0 death.
They tried to radiant armor their way through it, but it was just not enough.
Especially in that last part where we thought Yue got to fly away.
Cantik cara dia set up team fight tu. Kaitin dengan Lord lepas tu shot call all in. Tak macam mana diorang dapat dia apa ni guys. Macam the chemistry to do tu susah tau. Some nice guys.
Felt as if he had no struggles whatsoever from the laning phase all the way to the team fight.
Love it though.
Everything was
Tapi
on his terms.
Edward punya
if
hero
he
memang tak
wanted to
hidup lah,
use the
guys.
Zaman Force,
Diorang
he had
tutup Edward,
all the freedom to do so.
punya
He was never
lapu-lapu.
forced to use it just to get out,
Lepas tu diorang tutup
just to
Domain Kite.
fight back
Demon
defensively.
Kite.
And Liquid were so effective in ensuring
Yue dengan ni main seorang-seorang guys kiranya. Light pun tak hidup guys. Light lagi lah. Tak boleh buat apa tu.
Super beefy front line, the big beefy boys. Right
Tak ada benda yang dia buat tu dalam game ni.
Front is Tlph on the Baksha. It's Sanford on, even Sanford's on a Drizzler for Christ's sake. With JP on the Gatot already, how do you go wrong with that front line? All you gotta do is balance out your DPS from the back, and you should be
5
golden. That's
from
exactly
someone.
what
Mun aku nak Vemos serang M7 tapi kenapa hati aku kuat mengatakan HBS RG Lumun ulas sikit Mun.
Thank you so much for that, Red Mars.
Thank you so much for that beautiful line. Because that's exactly what we saw from Liquid. Every single time, Demon Kite even wanted to just walk up front, approach.
Mun aku nak bangun SRG M7. Tapi kenapa hatiku kuat mengatakan Homeboss SRG tu menulas sikit. Untuk selepas 2 weeks pertama Homeboss masuk lah kan.
Demon Kite, because I feel like
sorry, selepas dia masuk Homeboss, aku nampak macam kurang sikit lah gameplay diorang. Entahlah tu guys, like untuk MPLMY anything can happen tu guys.
It's such an easy task for
anything can happen tu. Tak boleh nak predict guys sebab masing-masing pun tak konsisten juga.
The real world being one of those major ways that they always stop Aurora from getting to escape.
Yeah, and the ways that they're also stopping Aurora from getting those kills. You saw earlier Domain Kite basically trying to snipe out Sanji going in
Wakil MPLM nanti boleh ke tak main power macam PH. Tak pastilah deception, but mungkin probably paling-paling lah Sanji je lah guys.
That game for Team Liquid Philippines. Although mind you, it was a long game. 22 minutes and 4 seconds on the clock.
There were a lot of times where Liquid just wanted to end it. It
22 minutes.
It was very obvious that they wanted to end it, but either Aurora found a decent trade in terms of kills. They were able to take. I think one time it was
boleh tengok spell
they
guys.
were able to find.
Tak, yang aku pelik ni kenapa Light pakai sub emblem common.
So they had like.
Tak rugi ke pakai emblem common?
So that stopped Liquid from just
ke dia silap emblem guys? Kalau support aku rasa lagi much better kot mungkin lah.
I think in a way you could also consider to have a lot of
balik-balik SRG carry mission nak buat macam mana Tlph Kimi? Nak takkan nak arahkan kau pula.
Always trying to go in. He kept going in. He kept using the bravest fighter in.
Borak banyak.
Unfortunate that Liquid don't feel the least bit rattled about him doing that. Because Sanji can just always pop the real world. He'll have extra shields. Oheb could just use the Zaman Force. He could reposition away.
Tapi team fight ni betul-betul tunjuk yang Tlph menang dengan sangat dominan lah guys. Ni kalau mental Aurora tak kuat ni guys kan. 4-0.
They don't care.
Send back JP hampir 200,000 ada tadah The Wingsman 17 assist. JP tunjuk kat dekat player rumah Malaysia ni macam mana pakai Gatot tu. Boleh belajar daripada JP main Gatot. Kenapa lag pun okey keluar masuk balik. Tlph control map kau je guys. Tapi tinggi ke damage si Domain Kite ni guys?
Mind you, it was the Fredrin that they decided to first pick.
That was first pick.
That was the priority for Aurora in this draft.
Exactly.
So they wanted to play around that. They wanted to actually go for this.
Semoga sihat selalu Moon. Thank you doh.
But they probably didn't see
Losing
this
pun
coming.
still tahan 20 minit kalau dah kena end 10 minit. Tak kalau ni mungkin tahan sekejap lepas tu last kalah agak susah nak tengok comeback. Macam tak ada obat Tlph ni, belum lagi win. Belum, santai. Baru first game. It's gonna be a long day today, bro. It's gonna be.
That's absolutely.
And then the Harrod was open.
But the thing is, they had the option.
Yes.
They first picked the now why they did that, I will.
Ada ke diorang dah belajar kalah?
Tlph that Fredrin, he is the Fredrin man. If he gets the second
tak
most
faham
used hero of all time maybe.
Oh, mungkin lah Miki. Mungkin lah boleh terjadi juga. Salah semua game lebih 20 minit. Memang tak silap aku semua kebanyakan game PH almost 20 minutes stop guys. Like regular things happen lah. Regular things happen. Like, for real bro?
Ang ipinakita ng dalawang teams natin in game number 1.
So Wolf ni seorang analyst
nasa early game.
Thank you for the subscribe, Amisha.
May mga hero plays na nakita tayo in specific players.
Recap match mo, no? Okay, kita recap guys
Meron lang akong gustong ipakita sa inyo dito.
Kita tengok first tutor, second tutor dan sebagainya lah. Macam biasa lah guys. Tapi aku tutup cam Aku kena berfikir sambil berasap. Kenapa aku pula? Aku kan netizen.
Specific draft for game 1. I think the draft
alone,
no matter how many games we get, we're going to go through its own evolution. You know, we've seen very different shades of the meta already.
Kau kan anggap benda tu macam senang. Asyik saji je buat kan. So alalang tu apa, kalau kau nampak macam senang tu apa kata kau buat macam tu lah. Kita tengok peserta guys. Peserta ni pun sepatutnya lah kan. Kalau tengok draft lah, dengan adanya Fedrin, lapu-lapu, aku rasa okey. Kalau depends pada hero lah kan. Sebenarnya balance dua orang ni guys. Okay. Kaltizi terus start team fight. Yue kat belah kanan. Oh, dia lompat dekat tempat Sanji first kill oh. Tapi ya, aku rasa ini dorang menang team fight ni sebab JP tu. Kalau kau perasan kan, lapu-lapu lompat. Right. And then lapu-lapunya first kill flicker. But then bila Edward passive, dia kena stun dengan JP. So dia tak sempat nak guna skill-skill dia semua tau. Nampak tu? Lepas tu dia mengkat tidur. Edward pun dah low dah time tu. Lapu-lapu dah low. Tapi ni lah Yue lah. Macam mana Yue boleh selamat kat dalam team fight ni memang nampak. Tapi lagi satu lah yang aku nak tunjukkan ni guys kan. Okay. Selalunya macam ni lah guys pro player. Kalau aku seorang player jungle kan, aku akan tanya-tanya tu kenapa Kaltizi start team fight. Like why? Padahal Tete dah nak settle lah guys. Tapi why decision making dia adalah start team fight? But at the same time team dia semua dah ready.
And Yue's way behind enemy lines. How is he going to survive? Like it's the flicker back, surfing it up to Dominkai. He is ready. And in comes Kiel, serving up a kill for the cavalry.
And look, Yue is still alive.
Of the RWM, what a hook.
Okay, second turtle.
Well, they're just looking to outplay in terms of the objectives.
TG lagi padu dari Tlph. Bang, hidup ni janganlah hidup dalam kesesatan ni. For now, susah ni. I mean like why not? Semua orang ada dia punya rasa sendiri yang kan. Lagi satu aku perasan kan. Game PH kan, diorang suka duduk dalam badan tu. Duduk dalam badan. Kau faham tak? Itu biasa diorang nampak guys. Kau tengok JP duduk kat mana Kau tengok Edward duduk dalam badan dia mengkat. JP duduk dalam badan Kaltizi. Kau perasan tak tiap kali fight Kaltizi yang set up? Perasan? Memang kena macam tu lah jungle tank. Tengok. Nampak? Diorang akan sentiasa duduk badan dalam badan tu. Aku pun tak tahu doh term siapa tu dipanggil, tapi diorang selalu dan tu lah.
immediately. You just got dudes jumping all over the place. The cavalry has evolved. They have wings.
Big, beefy boys.
Kalau boleh kita tak payah borak pasal MPLMY lah Kita tengok MPLPH ni lah. MPLPH depan mata. Stop lah tu. I'm not that personal loh guys. It's just content.
This time it's simple.
Content.
Flicker and use the penalty zone.
It's a tale as old as time. Fundamental.
Mungkin itu namanya cakra yang berasal dari Naruto mon. Baik korang. Okay, tengok turtle yang ketiga, yang terakhir. Nampak? Dia masuk dalam badan turtle. Edward lompat belakang, Gatot lompat depan. Alhamdulillah. Boom. Tak ada damage tu orang kali ni babat tank.
JP with the zone.
Yang ni tak ada benda tu guys nak tengok.
Will hurt.
Okay, they're gonna start up half health on this last turtle of the game. Kai and Carl facing off. There they go.
Edward into 4. JP intersecting Demon Kite.
Kau tengok tu, lapu-lapu libas belakang tak ada damage. Siau.
JP intersecting Demon Kite. Can Edward get out of here? Feather dash strike. Do it. Backing off. 7 force by Olheb. Edward already down. Demon Kite follows quickly. Aurora can't fight.
Ini fight dia dah habis dah guys. Dah susah. Ya Allah. Lepas tu ada team fight ke? Ada.
Franco, let's see if Aurora can somehow miracle.
Kalau TZ kat atas kau tengok. Why this guy dekat sini pun aku tak pasti. MPLMY yang kasihan. Semua jungle akan berada dekat sini tau. Dialah yang akan ambil position untuk Lord. Dialah yang kena ketuk. Tapi kau tengok. MPPH lain tu. Dia ambil position. Sanford 4 orang lagi main dekat Lord. Beza kan? Cara diorang fikir. Okay, kita boleh nampak kalau TZ start. Beza. Konsep diorang lain guys. Pemahaman diorang lain. Okay, kat sini kita boleh nampak Franco gigit tapi tak ada backup. Digit siapa? Digit JP? What the heck? Kenapa dia gigit JP? Why? For what reason? Sebab dia nak lompat kah? Mungkin sebab dia rasa macam Gatot tu kacau kot. Lepas tu dia gigit Pohab lari. I see. I got you. Dia suka JP. Apa kau lah. Okay, tak apa. Kita go to the next. Kita tengok position mid. Yue dengan Farsa tengah by 1 kat sini. 4. Okay.
The flicker in by Light, the bite down was the winner's fortune. Sanji swiping away, down goes the Demon Kite. Light goes as well, it's a little too much. That 7k gold. JP closing off the exit.
Kali ni nak kau tengok guys Diorang kan selalu main dekat badan tau. Dalam badan orang. Aku selalu perasan gameplay diorang macam tu. Diorang nak ke belakang pun diorang akan gerak sekali, diorang nak ke depan pun diorang akan gerak sekali, tapi masing-masing dalam badan masing-masing guys. Macam tu tau. Kau tengok ni. Ini semua dalam dekat sini guys. Semua terkumpul dalam badan orang. Badan dalam badan. Okay, lepas tu kau tengok Sanford ni kau tengok Sanford ulti flick tak kena kan. Dia dah lari tau daripada badan ke dalam badan. Lepas tu kita masuk balik badan dalam badan. Kau tengok tau. Nampak ni. Ini pun diorang masuk ni badan dalam badan guys. Diorang jarang berpecah tau. Diorang akan sentiasa merapat antara satu sama lain. Itu benda yang aku selalu perasan lah. Kalau MPLPH punya team fight. Susah nak target. Yes.
That is
Memang susah nak target pun.
at its finest.
That's why.
Showing they just have too many items, too much damage. Aurora will have to play through the defense in base, and this will be Liquid trying not to mess up winning this game. Forced out the flicker from Sanji though.
Yeah, you got to flicker out, but
I think that's percent win rate, somewhere around.
That JP, the flicker from Dominic.
Aurora turn things around again very late into the game.
Specific encourage maybe bukan. Diorang memang nak macam tu sebab ni doh. Target. Okay, ni standard. MM dengan mid sama-sama ni standard. Yang dua main card seorang-seorang kat sini, Franco kat sini. Sunford tak ada lagi diorang dalam mid team fight guys. Ini end lepas ni. Ya, lepas ni end.
For Liquid is for them to end it here, lest Aurora turn things.
Part of the success on this
Ya. Diorang semua duduk dalam badan. Aku rasa benda tu meta tu guys.
Aurora takes care of it. Liquid move on to that mid lane. Sanji with the real relation, the hook by Light. JP gets that turret down. Less damage coming in. Down goes Sanji. Aurora collapse on the Liquid. Edward falls.
Hidup doh aku tengok. Thank you for the subscribe. Adeli. Rimas. Ganti tak dah. Yes. Diorang tukar tau. Macam tu. Diorang okey ni dah low kan. Dah tak ada skill ni pula ke depan. Nanti bila yang ni dah tak ada, yang depan ni dah tak ada skill, nanti yang belakang pula sambung. Diorang main macam tu guys. Depan belakang.
So now they have to watch out for the fact that Dom so much.
Ni lot terakhir cak Gi. Tak ada. Ini end dah cak Gi
Reason why together work.
Ni lot terakhir.
Tlph.
Dom guide and yikes, Athena and Liquid. Hey, if they mess up, this is gonna hurt.
Yeah, they're gonna go for this. Oh, in trouble there.
Dah kena. LTG dah ready, Sanford dah ready. Hype dengan Sanji belakang. Nampak tu? Nampak badan dalam badan. Macam biasa. Dah tak ada skill, badan tu pula yang tahan. Dah kena. Domain card kena pula. JP JP bawa jagus tak. Damn. Dah GG.
Of the
Lah, dah start dah bangke.
Side of Aurora, so they will have to choose a different one. Chip is not banned here, Bri.
Yeah, even CC is not.
CC is super late on the bans.
Punyalah aku tengok nak buang masa tu. Iklan dulu biasalah iklan tipis-tipis. Aku boleh dapat revenue kan sampai iklan. Okay. Kecewa dah malam tadi tunggu sampai 3-4 pagi lepas tu boleh lah gun iPod kan. Lepas tu aduh tak tahulah guys. Tapi memang gun menang lah. Kalau stand and bang mungkin gun menang lah. Tom dia nak kena main tangkap guys.
What do you think about that, right? Jushin and Kimi completely ignored. So that's saying something about where the meta is headed here. It's like most of the tanks are getting picked up first.
Yeah, and we're not seeing any mid lane bans either. They're going, or they're actually banning out light heroes instead, which is I think also.
Hey guys, by the way, mana belum follow kasih follow dulu kat TikTok. Mana yang di YT yang belum subscribe dulu tipis-tipis guys.
That you want for the Harith right now, because this is already a Lapu Fredrin. So if you put another really annoying frontliner for Liquid, that's gonna be a big headache for Aurora, especially considering that we don't see what Sanji's hero 2.
73%. One day tinggi juga guys.
It could be a mid laner that's also very reliant on positioning, and you would.
Sekarang ni TZ pula pakai Fedrin. Diorang power track damage ke mu? Diorang power track damage. Makro team fight diorang pun kalau korang tengok kemas lah. Nampak kemas lah guys.
Be considering. Okay, I think the common matchup in the mid lane was a Selena.
Dan konsistensi diorang tu tinggi. Jarang lah guys. Diorang tak konsisten.
And Selena, by the way, has not really been seen since maybe day 3.
Saya nak kalahkan meta diorang ni pun. Jangan tanya aku bukan coach. Dia tanya coach. Luar.
So I'm not sure what they're thinking right now here, especially for the mid
Dua
pick.
still pick.
But I think Aurora needs a bit of a stabilizer as well. Pretty similar to what
Actually
the Eve
3
was
still
in
picknya.
that game number 1.
That's open. That's still open. If they actually want to consider that.
Kau tahu tak guys? Dekat MPLM boy aku tengok Uranus mostly macam tak kuat tau.
That's an OG pick for you,
Tapi dekat MPLP aku tengok Uranus bapak kuat saya diorang main.
I think they
Keras.
also want to play a bit of a long game.
Yeah.
Aiman, thank you Aiman for the punch cardnya.
Looking at what JP still might want to pick up here.
Okay.
If it's the roamer heroes that are still available, the chip Kalea still there, but the AOG, I might not want to pick the chip into this lineup that Aurora has. Kalea again keeps getting snubbed.
Yeah.
Hylos is there.
What is up?
Hylos is there though.
It's a good front line, but I still think the chip is a good pick here.
Cecilion. UE ni pun selalu juga dia pakai sesi guys. Dekat MPLM tak ada lagi sesi ni.
But what's the jungler?
Thank you for the BC-nya guys.
Oh, they left it for last, actually.
Hayabusa's still there.
I would not mind an assassin jungler in this matchup. I feel like you have to temper that mid game.
But yeah. Maybe
Baksh is not an option at the same time. So we are looking for a possible assassin for me.
Okay guys, next guess game.
And my eyes.
Wow, welcome back, Mr. Barrett.
Ay, Barat.
Okay.
I would have not expected this to actually
Mana mai?
What? Barrett. And it's not a Barrett's accompanied by any kind of support. There's
That's
no
true.
Mathilda.
It's just the Barretts.
What?
It's just the Barretts.
So it's
Barat sakit juga kan Mon? I don't know bro. Kalau kau tanya aku
So
dia tak sakit tapi dia keras. Sisi pun dia susah kena.
This is so
Tapi untuk jadi badan depan memang Barat sedap guys.
What season is this?
What season are we in?
Keras balai. Lepas tu dia punya basic nyawa dia pun tinggi. Apa kita tengok dulu guys. Weh lama siau aku tak tengok Barat masuk MPL ni. Tapi itu memang hero-hero ni doh. Dia menkai doh.
I said we're going to go through an evolution of the meta game to game. Well, yes. What season is this? A Fredrin Bears in the jungle.
We are so back.
Tensi menang lawan Onyx guna Barat. Aku tak tengok pula.
Because you're a bit of a revisit to Daytona.
Tapi yang pasti aku lama lah tak tengok hero tu keluar.
Okay. Behind the scenes, we were saying, okay, this has to be like a tie, or maybe even an alpha. I like the Barretts, but this means
okay, kita boleh nampak sisi yang pakai emblem common Emblem dia common ni dia kurang damage tapi dia lebih ke arah sustain lah. So orang nak kill dia agak a little bit susah dan mana dia pun banyak actually. So mana banyak, nyawa banyak. And itulah dia.
And this is once again a specialty Harith in the hands of Dominicite. So many teams in the regular season have done 100 different things to ban out this Harith, and here he ends up with it.
And that's why I'd say this is
Barat bukan Timur.
Like if you go down to the draft, I don't know what people say about the Barretts now.
Timur ke Barat.
But this is already good, solid picks, New Wave and Dominicite.
That's the thing. It's so brand new and so old at the same time that people don't have strong opinions about it.
You're not sure, you know? You're like, is it still good or not?
Yo, man, if it wins, everyone's gonna say, wow, what a brilliant pick.
Tengok, diorang biasa kan duduk dalam badan doh. Obvious kan?
So, let's see.
Tak ada apa-apa pun diorang macam biasa kan, macam dah jadi habit dah.
Look at the map. See how the laning is
Akmal, thank you for the subscribe, Akmal.
Because this is what's gonna be one of the main determining factors whether or not Aurora will make this Barretts in the jungle work. How well can Dominicite actually manage Oheb in the gold lane and win in the gold lane?
Turtles up. Something already happening here. Even kind will start this up, but now it's probably
Stop! Kena telan terus. Keluar balik, muntah.
With the deadness welcome, but Dominicite Knight so quick on the retribution, securing that first turtle with a northern light. Sanford very low. Lights on him, hits that taunt. Send an airstrike. Sanji, a lot of damage on the Edward, popping that vengeance.
Masih lagi selamat. Tidur. Kena tutup doh Yue dengan si ni tadi. Hilda. Casey tutup Hilda doh tadi. Happy juga
Okay, good thing Team Liquid Philippines were able to balance things out with a kill, but yeah, Demon Kite actually getting the Retribution battle win against Carl TZ there. Good thing that he was able to. But you see now, Liquid, even though they lose a turtle, they're not afraid to fight and re-engage. So Aurora, especially Light, needs to keep that in mind. UN needs to keep that in mind. And JP's still been super annoying for Aurora to deal with. His positioning is at the Hilda is one of the reasons why they were able to get that kill eventually onto Edward.
All right, take a look at the items too. You saw that you have about a couple hundred gold.
Kau tengok item si Yue guys, dia orang terus nak buat glowing doh.
Keep an eye on that. Now, look at this.
Dia terus nak buat glowing tau. Dia tak ada buat apa ni Legend Gem ke apa tak ada.
Pushed back into the tower and Dominic was actually recalled.
Glowing terus, gas.
So we weren't able to see that on the big screen, but again, I encourage y'all, look at the map from time to time. Now, okay, good thing JP was able to, I feel like after that, that's when Oheb told JP, hey, I need your help here, join out. So now you see Aurora, especially like trying to get vision in the jungle. I'm pretty sure Dominic knows that JP's hanging around here.
He's fine. Light on his tail.
No.
Seemingly with instant reaction. Yeah. And they'll serve up this gold grab over the Dominic. Very good start for that
Good block there, actually.
Kat
Light stop Oheb from getting that.
Gatot top big guys.
Also, Oheb got a fat wave. Still gonna be really close. No team can find a big win in the gold lane just yet. The EXP lane, it's gonna be another dead lane experience unless one of them actually really messes up. But this turtle looks good for Aurora.
They're gonna start it up. He is part of this. They might have to just force this fight. There's another airstrike.
Sanji here.
Oh.
Cancels it. Actually secures the turtle.
Kau tengok tu JP tu tutup. Itu job dash dia tu. Kerja dia tutup orang je guys. Damn.
Again, JP on the
XP tak ada pun tu kat situ.
Oheb got the miraculous last hit using the Death Sonata. That was all Liquid. And you see again the presence of this Hilda every time showing off in the back. Demon Kite was left alone there because Hilda just decided to go after you and Doming.
I'm thinking when JP's utility will expire. And if that
lain dorang punya
Dominic Kite with Sanji and JP alone.
Damn.
Not even part of the action. Takes him out. What was he thinking?
I mean, he's been pressed off of
Dua ada XP je sama. Beza pun berapa ringgit je guys.
And then he ends up going down.
JP's locked in. JP is so locked in right now. So are everyone else on the side of Liquid. Massive lead. Now he's the one flexing.
Kena recall.
There's so many problems every team fight. It seems like, yeah, they're looking around the objective, but you was always getting left behind. There needs to be
Hilda gameplay Hilda PH pun lain tu guys.
Maybe going all in, making sure getting the turtle.
Aku tak nampak dia orang rusuh sangat pun.
Go for heroes.
Edward on the vengeance.
Razor's Wrath not enough to take him down. He's all right. Again, a dead lane, and this is weirdly enough good news for Aurora. But at least one of your lanes isn't getting beat down.
Yeah.
You have time to build up Yue, and in my humble opinion, I think Yue is more of a power player now than he was in game 1.
Punya ulti tak ada damage tau.
Extend this to past the 16-18 minute mark. They should be in a better shape compared to game 1.
Yeah, we've seen that Sicilian hand Yue before. Quite deadly, especially in the late game now, leading into this next They can't let that turtle be secured by Oheb again. I don't know if that was the Death Sonata or the Rhapsody that got it, but Carl TZ setting this one up.
That is
Boy.
throw in Sanford.
KTZ juga.
The Salmon Force by Dominic Kite. 40 balls serving up a kill to Yue. JP gonna be up next. Sanji on his back. AOG
kena juga.
cancels it. Sanji with the flicker.
Dominic Kite
down goes JP. Edward take care of business.
A good fight for Aurora. Edwards jumping back up on the top
Damn.
side. He keeps Oheb out. But a good fight there.
Jinjing has had it.
Yeah, perfect team fight split. Of course, Edward not giving up on the kill meant that they get a little bit more resources. Tlph, a little shaky there. It looked like he would have gotten punished big time by Aurora, but Sanji eventually came back.
Dia bagi je, dia tak ambil sikit duit dekat tu.
Playing around that idea. See, they were going slowly, just a little bit for the heroes. Demon Cat was able to get that bite down onto Sanford. And then if they can continue to make sure that
sesi dia baru buat agent jam lepas buat glowing. Berapa penting ni guys, glowing tu first item untuk seorang mage. Even CC pun dia skip doh legend jam. Glowing guys.
That bottom lane, that extra lane can take care of itself. Now we're going into Dominkite is ready. And I'm hoping that's where Aurora is right now, because if you're waiting for US still, that's about 6-7 minutes out from now. Like, that is a non-starter if you want to fight now for this first war.
At least in that case that UA got a kill out of that, you know, kind of help them scale up a little bit quicker here. They did go ahead and do that lane swap. Dominkite now on this bottom side, trying to press this in. But he's going to have a whole lot to deal with, so can't exactly push the lane in or push that turret down, and they're going to lead into this next floor to when it does come up. So it's up to Aurora to kind of decide on how they want to play this out.
Yep, Sanji is staying way back. He's actually floating around the orange side.
Sekarang Skyvisa paling penting.
But Sanford's in trouble.
With a conceal, forcing Sanford out of defensive range. That's the first turn for Aurora.
Dah lepas bawah. Thank you for the subscribe-nya warga YT. Warga YT baik doh. Selalu subscribe aku guys. Warga TikTok ni berekut betul.
Down there already in the lower portion of the map. So good thing Sanford was able to get away in time. And when you're gonna look at Barrett's and the Lapu-Lapu, you're waiting for the timing of the Brave Spider, the Raging Slashes, the CC immunity, you're waiting for Lapu-Lapu.
Korang boleh tengok item guys. Sakit siap. Kau tengok tu siapa yang depan. Dominkite yang depan tau.
Aurora has to let go. They have to reconsider their options here.
I was kind of surprised too that they were
nak poking ni pasal.
Dominkite, look at the charge, they'll go and reach the dead here, but now Edward be in trouble.
My God, Edward's got 3 on him. The dead is on the wall. The vengeance.
Edward tidur lagi.
Sanji with the salvos, and Tlph survives. Light falls into the back line. 40 against 3. Aurora can't fight with this front line wrecking lineup.
Liquid, they woke up good.
Nampak macam Aurora tak boleh nak buat apa tu guys.
The vengeance came in actually perfectly for Edward. I thought they'd be able to get them punished, but the fact that Sanji, right at the very furthest edge of his feathered airstrike, still got the kill onto Edward.
Thank you. Mana yang dah follow, mana yang bagi gift kat TikTok. Terima kasih.
This is why we were a little bit skeptical towards the Barrett. It was good, but still with a healthy
Aurora
hit of
nge-troll ke ni? Mana Aurora yang sebelum ni? Ini Aurora yang sebelum ni ni. Semua Tlph yang apa ni guys? Yang improve lah. Mungkin diorang dapat realization untuk game semalam.
Crazy how it fell apart so fast for Dominkite. You know, he was winning that lane against Oheb, and then all of a sudden...
And mostly pun hero-hero yang diorang pakai ni, kalau tak jadi awal memang macam ni lah guys.
It's that bad.
He's gotta go.
Bapak lah.
I don't know, he's having a good time.
When it comes to big fights, Aurora just doesn't have enough utility. I don't know how Liquid's making this work, because you look at their lineup, the only real AoE CC they have
first item first item JP buat damage tu.
It look like he has it, but he's using damage
Blade of
to make
Hypnosis.
up for that.
Oh, conceal?
JP looking to go hunting, jumps onto you, forcing that batch beast. They get take care of the Lord, and in comes Tlph. Feathered airstrike by Sanji. Surgical approach to taking that tier 2.
Yes.
Yep, betul, surgical effort.
Of his walk, he used a second skill, I believe, on the minion, making it look like where Yue brought down his bat's claws, actually the sanguine claws, would have caught JP. But JP was like, nope, I knew, you know that I think I'm going there, so I'm going to go this way instead. Setting up with the feathered airstrike for Sanji, stopping any responses from Aurora.
They're playing around with the utility that they have very well for Tlph. They find themselves now with a good lead. 6k up, they're going to put pressure on the purple, and they got it.
Memang betul-betul dominant Tlph. 2 game pertama ni. Aku tengok Aurora macam tak dapat nak jumpa jawapan apa benda yang nak kena buat guys.
You're able to be kind of that front line, but then you also put yourself in the position to get the Daytonas on them off and try to make that work, but it's not working the way they want.
Macam dah tahu siapa angkat piala.
Part of that is because again, it's Dominkite that's taken a lot of
tengok tu Blade of Hypnosis tu.
Then his positioning is then at risk of that.
Yep, the heyday of Barats. there would always be a hero like a Matilda or a Rafaela to help in the positioning. Here, he's basically raw dogging that Denton as well, because he's trying to get it in when Liquid knows it. Here it is. We just have to sidestep. We just have to move over here.
It's a brute force Barrett. The fact that you have to revitalize on the Gacha, theoretically, if everyone's just all clumped up, it'll work well for him. But wait, whoa.
See, even
Boom!
this they can't deal with. Appraiser's Wrath right in your face.
Aha.
Here comes 40. Sanji
Gila lah set up kali DC. Anjing. Nampak macam ada seorang tau guys. Follow up ni sampai macam tu je dok.
Down goes Demon Kite, and there's nothing Aurora can do.
TLPH saw the window and they
Lama.
And they're already in the
What?
base, not even taking down the
Sampai dalam tu dong kejar.
straight on Stampede. Edward, the only one left, push out of his own base. This is miserable.
Damn.
they're quite low. They'll clear out the minions. Edward, though, you gonna fight?
Edward.
Execution orang kemas lah. Itu je lah aku boleh cakap guys.
Like this.
Apa benda yang diorang nak buat tu kemas tau.
The turret still stands, but the Lord is up, so they'll reset. They'll make their way for the Lord.
Apa lah. Macam bukan final loh.
Hey, cool, we got Carl Teasy, but there's a massive deficit for you. If Carl Teasy
8.9k ni beza duit ni. Itu mentality boost bukan setakat mentality boost. Moral boost kali tu.
He can take that damage. Questionable for Aurora.
He wants to take that damage.
Yeah.
And in the wake of that stumble, again, a wipeout. Aurora, see another Lord go over the Liquid.
Even aku impress
That's what Fredrin is. And with this, the Lord is
dengan cara macam mana Tlph main. Tapi aku lagi impress macam mana dia boleh dapat that position untuk startkan that position punya team fight. Like how though?
Even when you look at, okay, what's the late game insurance policy is that Yue isn't there. I mean, he's got what, 2 items he's working on next. Doming finally gets his Holy Crystal, man. So they should be able to at least clear the waves with that.
Tapi diorang masih ada sesi ni guys. Kenapa tak ada mic?
Oh. Hold on. They do get a base turret. Base turret's gonna go down. The Lord is still
Okay, baru ada balik.
So Aurora's able to clear it out. 12,000 and now for TLPH. They take the discipline round. They end up taking out this mid turret next. Tier 2 is gonna be the focus.
Gameplay Aurora level JMX. Benda lah. Sakitnya tu. What?
Too much. Aurora now have to pull a
Deo.
miracle. And at this point, Liquid, in night and day performance from what we saw.
Diorang buat cici macam benang tu, bukan yo-yo.
Remember, going into this, Liquid has not beaten Aurora.
Macam bukan, dia yo-yo tapi yo-yo plastik guys, tak sakit.
In the best of 7 grand finals, they
benang tu
are
artinya.
dominating Aurora.
Demon Kite gets
Okay.
here. Energy eruption working out.
What?
How do you Sanji gets blasted?
Mau comeback. Tersilap. Mau comeback, orang tenang. Woi, kamu boleh comeback ni dok.
Down goes Carl Teasy. Where did this come from? JP getting chased down by Edward.
Saji.
Demon Kite, Doming Kite looking.
Ini kan kalau kau kat team
brother Edward hunting JP down.
What?
Working out for him. 3 for 1. Oheb, former brothers.
Layan.
Now turn right.
Wah, kau ni tak disiplin. Ini baru kita kasih guys. Ini baru kita kasih tak disiplin lah Tlph.
100%.
Muka dah cuak, muka Oheb dah cuak tu kau tengok ni. Sunford dah cuak dah ni mukanya.
Didn't expect that.
Habis kau ni, kau tak tengok betul-betul hero orang tu late game
in perfectly for the gang, but they could not get Oheb comfortably. JP was spacing out very well for Oheb.
Thank you for the subscribe.
Eventually got that kill onto
50
Edward
pun.
after the clap back. Liquid now, I think that was a warning shot. Aurora are definitely back in this.
Liquid
still hold a comfortable lead. Remember, there is already a Holy Crystal on that Harith for Dominkite.
Looks like TLPH will
Sesi 500 stack on the way. Ni kita tengok guys JP masuk daripada belah belakang. Diorang cuba nak start invite ni.
JP's positioning though. Keep an eye on him. Lord less than half health. The
Op! Domenkite! Low! Wih, selamat lagi! Dia masih main! Wih, ini comeback bodoh guys. Boleh jadi comeback dah ni. Okay. Sebaik korang. Kak Tiji dah tidur tu. Wait, thank you so much cuma yang dah subscribe guys YT channel aku. Thank you so much though.
With the damage already on that Harith, he can't be like the main front guy. But I think Liquid decided to commit that turn. They decided to go
telinga aku dengar bunyi ciling.
And now you see some very classic
Thank you so much warga YT.
echo shenanigans of where Sanji is right now, very deep in. My question is, how long is he gonna hold
Nak harap
that
Sicilian. Dorang boleh harapkan Harit juga guys. Sekarang ni. Thank you so much Harit for the game controllernya.
You know, Leo mentioned this earlier on. He's backing, especially with UA on the Sicilian here. He's going to need plenty of time. Well, look at this, 313 stacks, almost at the 18-minute mark. That's why we're seeing.
Kau jangan sampai Oheb main mid Sanji pula. Kenapa Tlph sampai 3 dominance pun? Kalau kau tanya aku lah guys kan, untuk kurangkan attack speed Harit tu.
Oh yeah.
Mungkin, probably.
So even though Aurora, you see them fighting very well.
I'm not quite sure guys. Sebab dorang punya lain tu pemahaman dorang guys. For real tu. Wih, masih lagi selamat tu. Baik kau.
Liquid cannot blitz this. They have to wait for the feathered air strike to come back.
Ambil stack macam biasa. Nyawa kelabu kena banyak guys Bagi enemy tu takut kalau nyawa kelabu ni. Nak ulti lot pun senang. Hurra! Oyep dapat. Okay. Sampot telah dijatuhkan. Domenkite tidur. Okay, no comeback guys. No comeback doh. No comeback for you, my friend Aurora. No comeback for you. Damn. Sempat beli emo guys GG. Kau dengar tu betapa bisingnya dok kat sana. Hampir korang sebenarnya tu. Hampir nak kalah tu semua tu. Hampir korang. Nasib. Gila. Dah lah prediction aku ni pergi ke Aurora guys. Prediction aku ni selalu gagal tau. Selalu gagal guys. Ay. Selalu kalau aku contoh, aku pilih Tlph menang, dia akan pergi ke Aurora. Kalau aku sokong Aurora ni, dia akan pergi ke Tlph. Okay, sekarang ni aku sokong ni guys. Aku rasa aku sokong Aurora lah. Aku sokong Aurora geng. Tak ada. Sorry, aku nak sokong Tlph. Saya kau tengok tiba-tiba Aurora menang. Jaya aku.
But it's not that flashy kind of gold laner as what we probably are so used to seeing him. But now
boleh reverse sweep ke mon?
It's different. Game number 1.
Don't know though guys.
He was just unstoppable. But who made all of this possible in the
JP
first place?
Of course, it is Daddy JP there going crazy with the Hilda
after
the first few minutes of the game.
Turtle.
This is what's going to be one of the main determining factors whether or not Aurora this Barret's in the jungle work.
Mostly itulah yang terjadi. Aku tak percaya benda tu, tapi itu yang terjadi. Nak buat macam mana? Mengikut statistik orang bilang macam mana dia boleh keluar Dia tak masuk. Tapi kan kat sini kan yang aku nak bagi tahu kan, selalunya kan orang akan gas Tlph kan, tapi lain tu. Maksudnya kerja rumah apa kalau apa yang kita faham daripada tengok MPL lain kan. Selalunya aku tengok semua tutup jungle tau, tapi ni aku tengok jungle free. Maksudnya kau faham tak cara diorang main hero tu, dia macam berbeza-beza job desk diorang. Okay, kali ni diorang ubah yang macam ni pula gameplaynya. Contoh macam JP tutup UA. Mana ada sebelum ni tu? Dia tak bagi UA masuk tau. Dia tutup.
40 almost gets bit and hit with that detonus welcome, but Demon got
Dalam dah sakit lah.
securing that first turtle.
Bagai ni.
Light Sanford very low. Lights on him, hits that taunt. Another air strike by Sanji. A lot of damage on the Edward, popping that vengeance.
Oh, now this
Alhamdulillah. Damn.
Output Jing bikes it. Light standing in the middle of 3. Little low, pops that concussive
Light,
blast.
tapi light aku tengok tak hidup sangat doh gameplaynya.
Not enough to displace Carl
2 game dah.
Aurora gets to lick their wounds.
Light kurang hidup ah. Final kan ni Moon? Ya, final.
Past the 16, 18-minute mark.
Ya, minit 6 dah 3k beza duit ni.
Compared to game 1.
Bermain kad pun macam tak hidup ni aku tengok ni.
Quite deadly, especially in the late game now, leading into this next objective. Turtles, they can't let that turtle be secured by Oheb again. I don't know if that.
Domio nak lepas ke? Kenapa aku tengok Tlph seorang je yang ready dekat lot ni? Dekat turtle ni. Kenapa dia seorang guys dekat turtle ni? Why? Lain tengah tolak mid, JP kat atas.
Or the Rhapsody that got it when Carl setting this one up.
That is welcome throw in Sanford.
Tapi timing dia nak datang tu kan. Kemas tau. Ada Tlph seorang tadi time lot. Dah nak habis tu masing-masing dah berkumpul lah. Okay, first ada Sanford. Yang ni boleh pula telan. Tak ada pun immune. Elok je tu. Ni dapat. Kita tengok. Oh, ke kiri, Sanji ke kiri. Targeting ni diorang tengah targeting ni. Domain kite targetnya. So, Sanji dengan Oheb sentiasa berdua. Itu lagi satu tips lah. Tengok. MP Lemon pun ada macam tu. MM, Magic gerak berdua. Love it tu. For now aku suka lah guys tengok gameplay diorang. Oh, turtle. Oh, diorang ambil aku ada turtle fight yang tertinggal tu.
For Liquid, it's a non-starter. Aurora has to let go. They have to reconsider their options here.
Mid akan sentiasa clear guys. Sebab dia akan buatkan at least seorang lah lambat datang team fight guys. Sebab tu kalau korang perasan kan, diorang selalu tolak mid dulu sebelum start apa-apa. Kampak lompat.
Swipe it away, Sanji with the salvos, and Carl Tlph survives. Oh my God, Edwards got.
Sekejap.
3 on him. The dead is welcome. Throw him to the wall. The vengeance.
Domain kite dengan Yui kat sini. JP kat belakang.
Swipe it away, Sanji.
Sekejap. Kalau kau perasan kan, satu lagi lah benda aku perasan. Sanford dengan Oheb dah gerak kan. Sanji dia tunggu kejap doh. Sebab aku rasa dia nak ambil position kat sini. Tapi dalam masa yang sama, Yui dengan Oheb, Yui dengan siapa ni, Domain Kite ni, sesi dengan Harit ni dia boleh tutup dia tau. So dia tunggu. Dia tunggu, dia bagi 3 ni main dulu. It's the level of trust lah guys. Aku boleh cakap kat sini, it's level of trust. Dia percaya tim dia okey, tak apa. Korang main dulu, aku tahu macam mana aku nak kasih damage kat orang ni. Dia pun tunggu doh. Dia ada confidence sendiri tau. Dia tak ada okey nampak tim tengah fight. Oh, dia kat belakang boom bam boom, tak ada doh. Dia tunggu timing doh guys. Mak ni, ini yang dia risaukan. Ni yang dia risaukan. Dia macam dia ada timing dia sendiri tau. Miscom, no. That's not a miscom though. It's decision making by one of the best mid lane lah guys.
Liquid, they woke up good today. The positioning of Sansan The vengeance came in
It's
actually
because of the decision making, no? Guna speed 0.5. For now, aku rasa tak perlu lagi kot. And 7 nanti kalau ada team boleh kutip point dari Tlph, memang Assalamualaikum SRG. Kenapa pula? SRG pun strong ber. Trust doh. Decision making by individual, yes. Personal play lah tu. Ni pun bapak lah.
It's that bad. It's that bad.
He's got to go.
Yeah. CC the threat to make. And here comes Tlph. Feather dare strike by Sanji. Surgical approach to take it. Hunting jumps on the.
Ni pun aku suka doh macam mana dorang ambil atas ni. Mostly orang tinggalan, dorang gas tu. Nak dapatkan topnya pasal.
Oh, conceal.
JP looking to go hunting, jumps on the UA, forcing that back space. They get take care of the Lord, and here comes Tlph. Feather dare strike by Sanji. JP.
Suka doh aku tengok macam ni dorang main masuk tower yang kau tengok. Benda ni kecil tau, tapi sebenarnya besar doh. Siapa yang kena macam ni? Okay, first kat easy gas. Stun. Lepas tu the first kill, lepas tu dia lari tau, dia keluar. Lepas tu Sanji pula. Lepas tu Hype pula. Lepas tu JP pula kat belakang. Nampak kemas lah. Okay, tengok Lord pula Anti-fight ni pun boleh kat ni. Weh, ni. Yang kat atas ni aku nak tengok doh. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Diorang pada atas ramai-ramai. Okay. Semua tim dia jauh lagi doh kalau ikutkan. Domain cut tertinggal belakang. Domain cut tinggal belakang. Laju follow up ni sampai guys. Nampak macam dua je kat atas ni mula-mula. Itu pun Sanford jauh. Tiba-tiba gas tau. Damn.
And there's nothing Aurora can do.
Tlph saw the window and they took it.
And they're already in the base.
Head to head, SRG kalah dengan Tlph. Yeah, I mean like macam mana kita support je lah guys. Itu je. Apa ni Malaysia yang kita boleh nampak pergi jauh sikit. Kemas tu gameplay dorang. Suka dah aku tengok. Bak kata caster MPL tadi dia kata surgical. Dia baru buat Skypicer. Ohab baru buat Skypicer tu guys. What? Selepas item keempat buat X terus. Kaya betul kau. Beli 2 item sekaligus.
Aurora now have to pull a miracle at this point. Liquid
Sistem gelap punya mentality untuk kill je Moon, bukan untuk habiskan tower. Nah, I don't think so guys. It just about the mentality lah. Apa tak tahu lah guys. Susah lah nak bercakap. Macam mana kau nak ambil tower? Kalau kau nak masuk pun tak dapat, kau faham tak guys? Ini lah Sanji tersilap guys. Hampir comeback dah ni. Kau tengok ni light datang pada belakang. Head bau. Dark System pun tahu objektif game betul. Tapi macam mana nak execute objektif gameplay tu patut dipersoalkan sebenarnya. It's not about how tower team fight tower, bukan. Macam mana diorang nak execute tu. That's the only things that matter lah guys bagi aku. Dan for now aku tengok cara diorang ambil tahu tu memang kemas lah. Execution diorang pun cantik. Jarang lah berterabur guys. Mesti connect lah. Even fail pun diorang still connect. Kita kena buang mindset tak nak jumpa tim ni. Tim tu kena sengaja ready. Kalau mentality elak-elak tim ni macam lemah je. Betul? Memang kalau korang nak jadi champion, korang jangan takut dengan tim mana-mana doh. Orang yang kena takut dengan korang. Barulah moral tu jatuh. Bila moral jatuh, tim cok, tidur. Grand WS untuk apa? Untuk CD, untuk nyawa, untuk skill dia dapat lifesteal lah. Sebab Granger dia antara MM yang bagi damage menggunakan skill guys. So kalau dia buat basic attack rugi. Jap. Ni Sanji buat sekali je tu. Sekali je guys dia buat. Lepas tu dia belah tu. Itu pun domain card dah nak mati lah.
Cutting their losses. No retribution for Liquid.
It's on the gold laners now.
Lah kenapa stuck?
Main front guy.
With UA
and no head.
Man-to-man defense like Jay.
Kau tengok. Kau nampak tak guys Hilda dekat mana? Dia show je ni. Dia nak tutup si JP ni. Tapi dalam masa yang sama Tlph tengah 4 slot. So nak tak nak tim dia sama ada kalau diorang layan Hilda untuk bagi sesi ni masuk, lot diorang dapat. Kau tengok ni, domain card dengan light ni pun pening ni. Nak masuk mana satu, nak pergi mana satu ni. Nak pergi backup sesi ke, nak pergi lot ni. Dia pun pening. Draft. Sabar jap, ni dah nak habis ni. Lepas tu dia cakap okey tak apalah, lepas lah. Just leave me alone, Yue kata. Go, team fight. Lepas tu sesi pun kena tutup. Ni yang terjadi. Damn. Kemas tu.
Forward to seeing or to look up to when you
Kemas
want to
tu.
double check on how you're doing your fundamentals or the baseline. And it's a bit too clean. It's unbelievably clean. So now I feel like everyone's really confused as to what's happening, what's going on. But it's nothing that they can't recover from. We've seen this time and time again. Aurora, if there's one thing that they've learned throughout time, definitely it's to adapt a lot more better in situations like this. Adaptability is something that we've seen Mr. Consistent go through as well. So I doubt it's gonna happen. It can't happen.
Tipu siang dah draft, bangkit punya band.
But before that, let's throw it over to an M7
Siao
spotlight
kau.
with Kyrie.
Me and the team are doing good in scrims and practice, and hopefully we can play the same in the tournament. Don't forget to support us and watch us guys on this upcoming playoffs, and hopefully
Ini buat benda ni pun dapat diamond guys. Boleh 20-30k ni. Depends.
Oh, thank you, Kyrie.
Did you hear the squeals?
Band anak haram memang band ni.
I think some people are fainting.
2-0 dah ya. Cik main dah 2-0 dah.
But yeah, I'm
LPH.
kidding. No,
Yes game aku bagi kepada siapa yang Tlph ya guys.
Kyrie looks good.
Yeah.
His hair is pretty good.
Start again.
I can't even recall the last time I
Sorry
heard
lah,
him
gua ajar kau Ben. Caster rap ke mun? Dia rap lah tadi kejap. The Golden Stampede. Reaching for back-to-back championship to continue the Golden Road.
Back-to-back championship. Season 15, Season 16, can it happen? They already won MSC, they already won Season 15. If they win Season 16,
boleh jadi tu guys, Tlph Golden Road.
Oh my goodness.
Tu kau tengok muka KTG tu. Muka dia nak tu Golden Road tu guys.
Was so impossible.
Dia almost beberapa kali nak settlekan Golden Road tu.
Because of how competitive.
Itu pun diamond bro.
Season develops into and
aku pernah dapat juga 20k.
Like even when you step
cakap macam tu je padahal.
there are just other regions constantly stepping
don't forget to support your team.
Not just Philippines, right?
Waktu tu aku di-invite dengan MPL ID kot. 20k.
Ionic feels very strong. SRG all the way in Malaysia. Also, I think
SRG?
they're undefeated so far in the season.
Yeah.
So what is up? Everyone in the chat knows this, especially our international viewers. They're the one who loves watching the other regions as well.
Ni maghrib ni pun nak masuk ni. Lepas habis satu game ni kita pergi solat maghrib dulu lah guys
But Tlph is starting to do it.
Munji aku nak maghrib dulu, silakan.
So
Belum masuk lah Maghrib.
Two things that Liquid
Sekarang
might actually accomplish.
658 ke 657?
The championship for this season for now, it's being the third team to get a back-to-back.
Back-to-back.
Being one step closer to finally achieving
Agent
the
to
golden
rivals.
But speaking of close, Bree, can anyone be more
Oh
close?
iya, diorang ni
than
pernah satu
these
team
two?
kan?
Edward and Ohel.
Shit, lupa dah aku.
It's really spine-tingling seeing them together in so many pictures,
Ni apa dah
especially these
maghrib?
ones in the background.
Dia
when
solat
they're
dulu
so
guys.
young.
Nanti aku
Look at
mengikuti
these
ya.
baby faces right there.
659 maghrib kat tempat aku.
Look at their hairstyles.
Their hairstyles evolving throughout the years as
Look
well.
at their headbands. Look at their jerseys. We've seen all versions of it where they were in a single team. So if you were to throw back to, I think, a lot of people's favorite era, the
Oh guys, era lain-lain pun tak ada pun nak tukar-tukar role guys. Stick tau, stick. Diorang ada pride dekat diorang punya role tu.
So sometimes when you think about it, it's a bit too unreal that it's been so long since we last saw them play together.
And it's now even more unreal to see them beating each other up on the
Where
stage.
is APBR? APBR tu lah,
You know
Liquid.
what I mean, guys? Come on, don't.
Yeah, of course. What else could we mean?
It's just so poetic. At the same time, it really just hits at your heartstrings, man. But for that
PDA
matchup
first.
that we are looking for the
GPM
longest
first.
time, even Kite
DPM
Carl
first.
Easy.
Average
I gotta
total
say,
kill first. Average
the
slot
stats
kill
are
first.
really skewing
Average
towards
kill je dia kurang
the
guys.
face of
Yang lain
MLBB,
semua
at least in
nombor
this
1 tu dia.
Yeah, I think also up there you could put Zaida.
Oh, that's
Siapa tukar-tukar role Moon? Adalah mostly kadang-kadang kita tengok ada contoh dekat MPLMY kan, kita boleh nampak macam pertukaran tu ada lah guys. Dibuat lah.
Maybe you could say because he's played a lot.
Tak kisahlah siapa pun. Aku bukan target seorang je guys. Target siapa yang tukar role lah.
In the playoffs, but also it's something. It's one thing to be this consistent in
Tapi
all
berapa
of
era
these.
guys dorang
And
stay
across
je.
all of these stats as well, like DPM, average kills, GPM.
Bagi aku
you're
ML ni
you're
it's a
getting
process
ahead
lah
of
guys.
most of the junglers.
It's a process, it's
scary to think that
confident, korang kena ada
Carl Easy is doing this as
confident,
well, with most
korang kena ada
utility.
pride dalam role yang korang
Most
main.
utility. So it's insane. It's
Berapa
at the
skor?
same time, it's
2-0
also kind of
Tlph for now
painting
guys.
a picture of what our meta
For now.
game in the jungle currently looks like.
It's great though that both of these junglers we're seeing in
Sial lah
our screen,
Ben, kau
or in
tengok
front of
ni.
our screens are
Aku nak hadap
junglers
benda-benda
who
macam ni,
can
statistik
work with
ni.
either of
Patutnya
the
aku
two
tengah tengok lagi
types
tau,
that
analyse lagi
exist
game
now,
ah.
or that you
Ben.
most
Oh,
probably
sial.
have to familiarize yourself with, so you could really play the
Ben
current
memang
meta
Moon
game,
kan.
'cause
Parah Moon membahan member. Mana ada membahan?
restricted. Like now that we're in this patch, you can't stick with just
It's just a coincidence.
all utility throughout or
You can't be a
all
one-trick.
assassin. You can't be you can't
Ni
be
kan,
like
yang
that. And so
belah
it
kiri
really
pakai
favors
kamera ni
teams
guys kan. Muka dia
who have
nampak
learned
macam
how to adjust and
yang Korea tu dok,
a bit
yang
more.
dalam
We were
cerita
so used
apa tu
to only sticking to one, and now it's so nice to see that we're open to both.
That's right. And at the same time, we've also seen teams who
Game apa
failed to
tu?
adapt to what the meta is in the jungle. That they've
Sujin
already
Moon,
fallen.
bukan?
They've already fallen here in the MPL Philippines Season 16 playoffs. So
yang cerita
either way, I still want
Somida.
to see that brethren contested. I think you guys
Somida.
want. I know you guys
Ah,
want to
Squid
see
Game
the
tu,
Carl
yang
Casey
jahat tu, guys.
Lancelot. We're all
Squid
in this
Game yang
together.
jahat tu.
Trust me, Chad. We know.
Yang jahat tu.
Now that I think
Jack
about
Ma,
it,
aku ajar panggil Jack Ma.
In the high
Terus saya kau ni.
Liquid's successful in first picking
Sebaik Brigida ni cantik gila. Alah boring dorang break lama.
or maybe even second
Benda tu.
Probably.
on the Harriet this season.
It's insane. It's one of his best heroes. It's one of the
Tapi muka dia macam Sana kot. Sana
and it suffered
Sana
that
ke
fate.
siapa?
It is scary to think what kind of
Sana
strategizing
Twice
that
juga lah,
Team Liquid
twice.
is doing right now behind the scenes to make sure that their best picks, that
Lee
the best
Byun
picks here
Yun
for
pun. Iya kot.
Aurora are
Min
basically
Hyun
getting
ke apa ke Mihun ke apa ke tak kisahlah.
Probably is a lot going in the minds of MTB, Dexstar, and the full Aurora.
Di luar sana
Because we're
bukan.
heading into the draft
Twice,
area.
twice.
I know you could see them right
Twice,
behind us.
twice.
We're getting ready.
And that's the first step if they
Ben Jemun,
want
Ben
to
kan.
even things out or catch up to Liquid
Momo,
standing
Momo.
currently in
Momo,
this
Momo.
finals because they're just
Macam Momo,
two
macam Momo.
more
Betul,
wins
betul.
away. Can you believe that? I do not
Macam Momo
want
sikit
to
lah.
see a a sweep.
Please no. I do not. We booked our hotels for the long haul. We went to our Go hotels. We said, you know what? I feel like we're gonna be in for until later tonight.
Salam.
So we're not gonna.
Aku seorang je ke nampak cek mak. Actually ada lah.
I had a hard time going to
Ada lah
sleep
slightly
last
ada lah
night.
kat situ.
Please. You're getting like overthinking. Like,
Yeah, because I'm just so excited about all this. I'm expecting we'll go all the way, but everything was really comfortable, by the way.
Oh yeah.
But I've prepared myself mentally for a very
Aku tak tahu dah apa benda yang diorang borak ni.
That's right. You've even bought like what do you call that? Where is it? Brigida.
Kena fokus lah kalau aku nak faham.
Your blanket.
It's
Brigida actually prepared the blanket.
It's not. I didn't.
Diorang tengah tunggu game kita maghrib dulu kot baru sambung.
I would like to
Ni pun baru sampai ni maghrib ni.
That's right.
Baru je masuk.
Look at this. Look at this.
Maghrib dulu ke guys?
Looks cool.
Whoever gave me this minion.
Aside from their 1v1 playoffs history, by the way, where Demon Kite is
Maghrib dulu lah, guys,
a bit behind. Look at that.
Alang-alang.
Brigida's blanket.
Look at this. Oh my goodness.
Solat dulu guys, mana belum maghrib dulu. Cak kita sambung.
In season 14.
Yeah,
Assalamualaikum.
In season 14, but it's just in season 14.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, Demon Kite's always like losing. I was trying to look for a different term, but
there's just no other way around it.
There's no other way around it. This is what the stats show us. Carl TZ always gets the upper hand against Demon Kite, and it's always like a 1-3 or a 0-3 to make things a bit worse.
Yes, so it's been a bit of a stomp for the most part for the Carl TZ. He's the face of MLBB for a reason. And I think that reason is very optimal, or very apparent here in Game 1 and Game 2 as well.
If only you could put regular season records here too, but you can't.
Can't we?
These are just playoffs.
Come on.
These are just playoffs records.
Yeah, these are playoffs.
So that's why they're all favoring Carl. And how devastating is that going to be for Demon Kite if they meet the same fate?
Again?
Again!
Then maybe they need a duel or a rematch.
Someone bought the Aurora thingy.
Aurora thingy, the robe.
Oh yeah, the robe.
The robe. In the mountains.
In the mountains.
The robe in the mountains. The Zen. I'm not gonna say that on broadcast. Come on, bro. Look at the Immortal Cup. Man.
Yeah, it's so nice. Oh my goodness, we're so close to seeing the next draft and Aurora back to first pick.
Okay, they're on blue side, 76% win rate on that side for Aurora here, or I think overall. And yeah, so get your blankets ready, I hope, which Brigida is doing right now off cam. She is very obsessed with this blanket.
I am obsessed with this minion blanket.
It's nice, it's a minion, so.
Okay.
So we are going in this one. It looks like a very tense moment, at least for Aurora. Look at the body language here for Team Liquid. They seem to, I saw Carl TZ yonder a little bit.
What?
not gonna lie.
Don't.
Not gonna lie. I hope the fire is still there. Get into the countdown here for the drafting phase of game number 3 between Team Liquid Philippines and Aurora Gaming. So we're looking for the first bans later on, but first let's look at the map draw. It will be crucial. It will also kind of dictate, depending, sometimes it dictates the speed on which we will make ganks happen.
Again.
The rotations around expanding rivers, but it will be dangerous grass for game number 3.
Oh yeah, it's different. We've had 3 different maps so far.
Ooh, the randomizer is doing its thing.
randomizing today.
It's randomizing today. Good job, randomizer.
Okay. Why am I getting a feeling that they're not really taking out the Harith anymore? Not unless Aurora wants to do that.
Yeah, I think so. I think we can definitely, safe to say that either teams can actually pull off the Harith at this point, so leaving it open doesn't feel as bad compared to like some regular season or even some earlier playoffs games.
Yeah. Okay, Hilda gets respected though.
Hilda does get a lot of respect as well.
Yeah.
So
and JP, yeah.
Good job, JP.
Yes.
Yeah, good job, Daddy JP.
So maybe Aurora might be a bit more open to an assassin jungler.
Yeah.
But it depends if they get the Fredrin first pick again. It's been the trend for the past 2 games, always been the Fredrin prioritized in blue. But Liquid...
They call me a hero.
they seem to have found a way around it, so they change things up.
All right, that's a little different here.
This is the first time Isushin's been open for the series.
Wow, okay. So this might be something different for Aurora. This might speed up their mid-game tempo with this pick. Now, then again, we're looking for its matchup, its win rate against the Fredrin. I would say can be pretty close.
Yeah, so it's Liquid considering still a Fredrin because there are other junglers option. I think that's why they delayed for Red 3 first. The God of Harith, as expected, will be the response. It's impossible for you not to get the Harith when you're in red side and it's still available at this point. So Granger, I think this is gonna be very consistent for Aurora. They have to secure Doming's hero in the first phase, especially now that it's been a Harith Granger matchup always. So this is gonna be the difference.
I think this core lineup here for Aurora is already fine, especially with a high loss in tow. I think Alice would be a very good pick for Aurora, just to make sure that this Wise Assassin Granger can kind of maneuver around it. You can also kind of just solidify someone with, because it's physical damage, jungle with physical damage, gold laner. So I think you want to go magic on your. If you don't want to go bombing on the mage, maybe you want to go and get that Alice. But Hayabusa on Carl TZ, we talked about this earlier.
Yeah.
This is a good switch up, and they're not getting stuck in a pattern.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Really good. From a Baksha to a Fredrin to a Hayabusa.
He's doing everything.
Carl's been doing everything. He's been getting majority of those really good meta picks that are not usually all open.
I am not the only
So it's really surprising that it gets open.
It's excellent, actually.
Yeah. So the Farsa's still available too. I think it's gonna suit the Liquid lineup a lot.
Yeah, the Eve can also work for Aurora this time around, so maybe they might consider picking that up.
So if Liquid wants, they could just ban the Eve and then get the Farsa, so there won't be any matchup. But Aurora take it out themselves.
Okay. All right. So obviously it's gonna be a lot of mages probably on the docket here. I think Valentina is one of the picks that has not been mentioned a lot, but could probably make it to Tlph depending on how they want to use it. I don't like it just for the glorious pathway, but I'm thinking ahead for Aurora's mage pick here.
Yeah. I think it's also a lot more frequently coming out when there's a Grok on the other side, or when there's that really good big ticket ult that you want for yourself. But currently, it's the glorious pathway, and I think that's also really helpful if you're Liquid. But they take the Novaria out again.
Okay. So the mid matchup obviously is gonna be. We might start seeing a bit of a different mid lane matchup here.
What was Sanji on during game 1?
Was it at the Eve?
But now it's gone.
Yeah, it's gone now. So it might maybe another mid control mage. Selena is not out of the question here, I think.
That's what I was thinking, because it's always the matchup whenever the Novaria comes out to counter the Selena, but not to counter. It's just to match the Selena. But Lunox gets taken out as well. It feels so. It feels like it was just yesterday, but okay.
Oh my God! What happened to Lunox? Lunox, come on!
What happened to Lunox Kimmy? Like they were.
Lunox Kimmy.
They're not being.
Not even getting banned.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Lunox got banned here by Aurora.
Farsa or Kimmy might be coming in later for both Sanji and Yue.
Aurora needs big magic damage here. They need big magic damage, lest they be armored out by Tlph.
I don't think the Kimmy's a bad idea.
It is true. It is a really good. If you're looking for big magic damage, that's it. But at the same time, it might be.
There's a Haya Lapu.
Yeah. And the gold is gonna be eaten up by the YSS and the Granger. So you will lose out on some gold.
But you can't go Sicilian here either.
Yes, I do not want a Sicilian here. There's the Alice. I knew it was coming. But who's the mage? Selena. All right.
Okay. So what's left for Sanji is like the Farsa.
Farsa.
Yeah. We did say the Farsa, Selena are like the options left for both.
Maybe a Lilia. Farsa it is. All right. There you go. All right. So despite what our fears earlier, Brigid, I think we kind of predicted that draft.
Oh no!
So good job up here. There you go. High five.
Aku baru pergi solat kejap je. Allah
So we're not so far out of the meta yet.
Not yet, especially in this game.
That's right.
Aku pergi solat kejap je bang.
Or anything. And
Tak ada rezeki betul lah. Ayayay.
Nothing too crazy.
TikTok bukan kena ban. TikTok dia TikTok call aku tak angkat. Biar je lah guys. Apa, kita sambung je lah balik. Apa? No worries.
Aurora can play this just as aggressively.
Okay guys.
After some time.
Yeah,
let's go terus masuk ke dalam game.
Game number 3. Don't forget. So
apa? Aku berhenti sebab solat kan. Aku tak rasa teruk sangat even problem tadi kan. TikTok aku tak angkat call dia tadi. Lepas tu dia anggap aku macam aku tak aktif. So
marquee picks on both sides, but is this going to be enough for Aurora to finally get a point in the series? It's a best of 7 right now, facing 0-2 against Team Liquid Philippines.
Yeah, so when I first saw the 3 picks, blue side,
rambut baru macam baru habis marathon dok. Rambut pun macam ni dok.
No matter what you slot in for blue 4 and blue 5, then you see the Selena. I am partial to the thought that this is very coin flippy if you're playing around a Selena like this, especially when you see the Gatakacha and the Farsa on the other side, the fact that you're playing up against a Lapu Lapu, but then it was paired up with an Alice. So Aurora are not going to be playing a lot of dive, playing around that Granger and the YSS, but then you're up against a Hayabusa on the other side that now very coin flippy to see which team's actually going to take this.
What I'm looking for is Aurora's box control. Wolf has been speaking ad nauseum about boxes, and in game 1 and 2, that's been one of their major problems. Given we haven't really talked about it during the game, I'm pretty sure it was alluded to by our esteemed panel, Rockhart and Brigida, but that's what I'm looking for. They have a high loss that should help.
Kenapa di stream Moon? Sebab aku punya tadi TikTok call aku tak angkat.
The only box I feel like really that we talked about was when the Eve was picked up, and now a couple times, you know, it's either been picked up or it's been banned at this point. But you know, when you look at Aurora and their chance to set up a box, it's kind of weird the way it's going to work, because anytime we see the Alice drafted in, we know that that's a big component to kind of zoning out the opposing team, and that's going to happen to Tlph. Oh, wow. Oheb and Dominkai, by the way, going through this. Sanford will have to burn the flicker, so he doesn't have that.
Kenapa yang tadi bukan TikTok call aku tak dapat nak angkat guys. Lepas tu dia top off sendiri ya geng.
Gets Team Kai really low here.
Mountain Shocker. They're going to try to pull a Hail Mary.
Tlph menang macam tu je siap team fightnya.
Aurora, JP very low, survives via the revitalize, gets got first blood on by
Edward.
He goes down, shadow kill going to be used.
Memang Tlph the goat, bro.
Wow,
Assassin beat Assassin. Kalau tadi hero apa ni? Urutan lawan tank kan? Yang ni Assassin lawan Assassin pula guys.
Liquid held on. JP got back in time to pop up the revitalize and help Liquid stay strong up against the entry of the Alice.
From Sanji, forcing a flicker from you.
Aku rasa Aurora paksa Gatot tu tapi tak pandai execute. Aku hairan kenapa tak hilas je ke, tak tahulah.
2 ults for a flicker. 2 minutes versus what, 30 to 40 seconds.
Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala Sayyidina Muhammad. Terima kasih dah ingatkan untuk berselawat guys.
No clear obvious lead, maybe between the 2 junglers. Getting a little bit bigger now, but we still are in the earlier portions of the game.
At least pun
Sanji can link up again one more time to set things up for Carl TZ. Turtle 2 should be good for them. While Aurora, now I like their rotation. They're going for the Doming double, sending him to the mid lane. They have 3 bodies on him to help him out, get a little bit more farm. And now I like this acceptance by Aurora that they really have to start speeding up the farm for their Granger.
Yeah, I talk a lot too about Demon Kite and how impressive he's been throughout Season 16 in general, but I feel like he's going to have to be the one to step up too, and then a lot of these objectives in the early game and then even later on in the Lords.
Oh my God.
He has to get the retributions off. He has to be able to get the secure in, but again, that's easier said than done, especially when you're zoned out by Tlph, who has solidified that strategy of fighting around that box, fighting around that zone. And who are they going to go for?
Sampak masuk.
1v2? Answers back after receiving a face full of Mount Chakra to the face. No ult for Demon Kite, so Liquid have all the incentive to just sandbag into this turtle. That's 2 for 2 now for the
dah lah guys, ini Tlph 4-0 ni anjing.
Sound Force taking down Demon Kite. He thought he was safe for the orange, but it was just but a bait. Glorious pathway by Light to get on out there, and Liquid have successfully invaded. Lights down! 40 gets him! The Apex Predator strikes!
Masuk lagi bro! What?
Fighter! Carl freaking Teasy!
This is
Aurora tak main tu guys!
that we've seen time and time again from Team Liquid.
Tak main tu!
Liquid, no! Liquid feel it! You've seen the intensity that they've shown. Every winning moment that they have, because I think they just know that they are way over. In Rora's heads, Rora, they don't look like Rora.
They're not playing their game. Not even the same game they played 2 days ago. This is a different team. Liquid have put the fear of God into them.
Yeah, what happened? Like, how did they, like, again, is it just the gauntlet, the endurance test that Team Liquid Philippines has played from the play-ins, from day 2, 3, 4, all the way to now?
Yeah, they have the hotter hand. It seems like it's a learning experience again. One of the branding that we have for Team Liquid for this playoffs is the revenge tour, winning against teams that they couldn't get a win over in series.
Last time kan Aurora lawan Tlph.
And this would
Aurora menang kan. Aku rasa dia nak baca tu gameplay.
AOG Demon Kite.
What?
JP serves up a kill to Sanji. Call Teasy. Want to take down? Light, and he does. Roast Centaur. Anybody? 2 free kills for Cavalry.
This is the Golden Stampede. They know. They've outwardly said they don't
Trio
want to
mid
think
paling
about
gila
winning
tu
at
guys for
7.
now.
They don't want to
Gameplay
think
dia.
about that just yet because there seems to be a curse. But it looks like they are hell-bent and holding on to that. Everything perfect. JP helping serve up that kill to Sanji. The prediction of Sanji to put down the feathered airstrike to the path of where Demon Kite was going out instead of trying to go for Demon Kite correctly. And the timing of Carl Teasy to conserve the shadow out at the very last second.
There's just something about it. Third turtle's up. Sanford's going to jump in. He's zoning the mount. Carl gets the turtle.
3 for 3. Feathered
Ah,
airstrike
kit
goes on.
siap.
Havoc and the shadow kill go into the back. Light falls. No front line for Aurora.
No one goes down except for Light. Could have been way worse for Aurora, but now that's 3 for 3 for the objectives for Carl Teasy.
The MVP of the season, the homecoming boy. Demon Kite.
Demon Kite dia memang tak bagi main tu guys.
Around too. Demon Kite trying to get some
What?
space. Again, fighting between the turrets here.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying when you decide to.
Malas dah nak tengok seruput SRG Homeboss dia lepas.
Yes, again, one of the counters to fast, aggressive rotations to get a read in. But then it's so dependent on landing that abyssal arrow that becomes a big coin flip of whether or not you can actually win fights. But the coin hasn't been landing in favor of Aurora. The abyssal arrows have not been impactful enough. Carl?
Oh my God.
Forced out the flick.
Magic damage.
The dash.
Physical damage.
Yep.
What do you do as Aurora, especially since your economy has
Sorry guys. Sorry.
already been under attack? One might argue.
Sorry.
But what is the follow-through?
Tadi tu memang lag. Sorry guys. Aku upload video tadi.
Demon Kite does not allow Dominic to do his thing. They force out a wings by wings from Sanji. A glorious pathway from Light, but they're really buying time, Carl. Shadow kill plus an AOG.
Itu kalau Gatot kena tu guys, tidur tu Demon Kite.
Forcing a revitalize from Light. Aurora's jungle is in shambles right now.
Oh, they jump in under the turret too. Carl Teasy is around the orange. He's gonna go. Demon Kite could be in trouble.
Carl Teasy kau mengamuk ke apa ni?
Already used.
Carl Teasy mengamuk tu.
Light gonna be up next. Oh, how about a killing spree? Liquid point is within fingers reach.
It's all falling apart for Aurora, all the way from the beginning and all the way up to now.
Liquid are relentless, and Aurora are helpless. They can't find anything. There's always something Liquid's throwing at them.
Throw an arrow.
That looks so desperate, bro.
And JP just accepts it with a smile on his face.
Again, if you're Aurora here, you're sitting here thinking, how do we even get a win in our favor when everyone on the team can't even get close enough? They've always been just reacting to what Team Liquid Philippines has been thrown at them. That's the difficult part, and that's been the story from game 1 to now game 3.
I have to take the moment to show my appreciation for Coach RC and Coach Tic-Tac, what they have done to Liquid. I wonder if one day we could be privy to the preparation, that the strategies that they had heading into this, because this is just perfect. They are decimating Aurora.
Gameplay perfect though ni guys. For now gameplay perfect though.
This is all just to buy time. Carl was just working on the Lord. This is free for Liquid.
Everything has been free this game.
Nampak macam tak boleh nak buat apa tau.
Just able to capitalize on this, make it all work, get to the point, and now they're just in the base here. Better airstrike.
Light right in the middle of all of it. Oheb pops it.
Terlampau gila tu.
Still standing. Dash and dash plus their vitalize.
Mati lagi. Ya. Wih, dia masuk.
Is on a rampage.
What?
Oh, they don't have any minions here. They could be trapped in. They have to get out. Oheb's gonna force the
masuk lagi.
Oheb, you can't tell him what to do.
Kenapa suara aku macam tu? Tolol. Tolol.
Messy and greedy there for Oheb, but Liquid, they are still in the lead. But they
Lepas
cannot afford a
satu-satu
lot of that.
guys.
They still have a Lord crashing in though. Edward's Throne of Ruin earlier, only for wait.
Gang.
Better strike the answer by Sanji, allowing the Lord to get a few more free hits in.
Gila lah.
Liquid from coming in.
Ooh, it's like you said, Renmar earlier, back.
Oh, tapi Oheb mengetrol lah. Tak silap aku lah tak silap aku kan. Itu first. Oheb mati tu dalam best of dalam 2 game ni.
That's what they've been doing. So they get some of the holy shields down.
Itu first time tu. Oheb mati. Tak silap aku 2 game dah main dua-dua tak ada mati tau.
Almost 2,000 gold lead there for Carl TC's Hayabusa. 1,000. That's the saving grace right now for Aurora. The fact that Dominic has been getting farmed. He hasn't died yet. Already up to a Malefic Roar. He has his core 3 items. But the problem is every other member of Aurora is who's struggling.
Macam mana Salina nak main ni guys?
And even though you don't need that much items,
you just damage dah tak ada ni kalau dah kena macam ni.
It would be great to have a little bit more follow-up, which Aurora does not have enough of at this point.
You know what else Aurora doesn't have enough of? Time. They need so much farm on Demon Kite. Sure, that is what? Just a couple of thousand, but Demon Kite isn't even firing off on all cylinders. Like, what do you even do if you get a 3-second stun?
Yeah, there's this, I don't know what it is, man, but over the course of history, when we talk about the
Grand final ni tak ada lah main double fighter kan.
It just seems like Demon Kite cannot face
that
demon, man. I think it's his own inner demon that he faces when it's Carl TZ across from him.
The demon's demon. That is who Carl TZ is to Demon Kite. An echo of the past for Light as well. They said it. They just can't seem to take down these members. They took them down, but now they meet them again. Look at JP.
Oh, he's going to charge up, forcing Demon Kite again. This is what JP has been doing all series long.
JP daripada awal tu, dia masuk belakang guys.
Able to go ahead and lead that charge. Oheb dropping down his Almond Force.
Oh my god, a third of Demon Kite's health.
Just with one shot, man.
Just
again.
one shot.
Gonna take his purple. He does get it.
Wow.
Demon Kite secures that, but is this what you want to do? Because again, the Lord is coming up here now. You don't have that much space to work with. Real quick, this is the Infinix GT30 Pro. You can experience victory for every Madlang game.
Dia main 2 tangan je guys, tak ada pun 8 tangan ke claw ke tak ada doh. 2 tangan je doh. Simple.
Oh, we really have to start floating the idea that that man is going to be the finals MVP by the end of today if Liquid can seal it.
Ni dominant juga ni guys. Aku tak nampak ni macam mana cara Aurora nak comeback ni.
They cannot
hilang doh Aurora regular season.
At this point,
I'm scrambling in my head. At this point, it's miracles again.
Tlph,
It's an abyssal arrow.
Grand Final terlalu
somehow,
OP.
Oheb getting punished.
Kaltizi
But then if
guys,
Oheb
OP.
goes down, you still have to think about the Hayabusa's entry with the shadow kill. You still have to think about the damage you're going to be receiving from feathered airstrikes. And at this point, the fact that there's already an oracle, even just the belt, even though that's not a full build item just yet on the Queen's Wings,
Ramai yang clear atas.
that's okay because he can still fight longer engagements.
Oh my
It goes
God.
back to
orang
what you
play
said,
je
Aurora
atas
do
lu,
not have the time.
Wings by Sanji. He knows that this is a big ticket rotation. Popping that feathered
Whoa.
airstrike. The stun on the Carl TZ.
Edward!
In
Carl
they
TZ
go,
last hit.
forcing a shadow out. Carl has one more shadow. He's very low.
Wah.
Taking a few hits.
Bawah tu
Goes
lagi
top
tu lot tu.
lane, and a stun on the JP.
Big win though.
Successful defense in the top lane. Bottom lane up next.
So far, a lot.
Big win though ni. Mid ada lagi, atas pun on the way.
There's an AOG.
Traceless out by Demon.
Boom.
Catch a shadow kill by Carl, taking out Edward. Feathered airstrike.
Oh, Light's in trouble as he falls too.
And-
Dion goes in.
Salmon Force underneath this base. Liquid can smell it. The cavalry stampede through. They are at match.
Gila 0-3 cok.
Everyone is perfect. Oheb is fired up. He knows they just
Kena tarik
need
tau dengan
one.
Sanji weh. Fokus lah weh.
Championship
Gila.
point. One more win. The series has been damn near perfect. For
Macam
Team
tu je
Liquid
doh dia
Philippines.
menang.
Rora's gonna have to go back to the
Weh,
drawing
come on
board
doh.
and figure something
Come on
out.
doh
Let's
Aurora.
start with
Takkan
panel.
final
To
macam
break
ni
down
doh
game
Aurora.
3.
Bagilah fight sikit paling-paling Aurora doh.
I have not. Again,
Aku tak rasa
we've
macam
seen
final
it all
pun.
throughout the season. I've not seen Team Liquid that fired up. And in that early game, really
Macam tak main tau.
and dominoed Aurora.
Tapi tak nak salahkan Aurora tak boleh juga doh.
And I've also never seen Aurora
Aku
in this
faham
state.
perasaan dia guys, aku faham. Aku pernah kena Grand Final 4-0 dan aku pun pernah bantai orang sebanyak 4-0. So aku faham lah perasaan 0-4 ni macam mana tu. Kalau kalah juga ni Aurora tak tahulah. Tapi somehow somewhat Aurora pupap borak kat belakang. Tiba-tiba comeback guys.
The drawing board is dead.
Nak dijadikan cerita lah kan, tiba-tiba comeback kan.
Oh my goodness, there we go again.
I don't know what to say though.
MVP for JP.
JP though, JP again bro, JP again. Again and again.
This man. 4-0 grand
Again and again,
finals.
guys.
What the heck?
And one more game to 5, Green. One more game to 5.
Laut Aurora tak boleh nak cakap macam tu juga doh guys. Aurora kuat doh sebenarnya. Tapi tak tahulah tiba-tiba macam mana momentum ke apa guys kan. Macam tu je dia beat. Tlph ni dah lah daripada lower bracket guys.
The way he just keeps throwing out the AOG perfectly.
Seram Golden Road Tlph akan dapat. Mungkin boleh dapat lah guys.
He have for breakfast or
Eh?
what did he?
Messi dorang menang.
Do?
Ini kalau dorang dapat gerak pergi M7 ni guys. Kemungkinan doh.
This is such an ideal roamer that we're
5
seeing in
from
front of us
someone
right now.
ni cosplay HBS RG siap ke aku sepak tim mai kalau final serang 40 ulas sikit mun.
Ni cosplay Umbos SRG. Apa dia kata aku tak sempat nak tengok lah. Balik. Warga YT yang belum subscribe dulu guys. Yang belum tekan button like dulu boleh ke tipis-tipis.
And JP, I believe, who have just always
Gila.
sought Demon Kite. It's JP. It's given. JP is like it's like he's doing a man-to-man defense against.
Dia kata apa tadi? Ni cosplay SRG. Homeboys SRG siap aku sepak tim NY kalau final SRG 4-0. Ulas sikit mun. Kalau aku lah kan, memang akan 4-0 doh kalau dah kuat sangat guys. Nak ulas pun tak guna tau. Maksudnya nampak sangat preparation Tlph. Semalam lepas bantai TNC tu dorang dah dapat momentum guys. Dorang just bawa je untuk hari ni. Balik rehat makan bawa hari ni punya gameplay. Tapi ya, aku tengah tengok sekarang ni Lai tak hidup, Demon Kai tak hidup, Edward pun tak hidup doh. Tiga ni tak hidup dah guys sekarang ni. Memang dorang tutup kau-kau so.
Destroying the blue side win rate.
Oh.
That's what they're doing. So what's up? Like they are getting the cream of the crop, at least in their position.
Mun apa pendapat Mun tengok Aurora final, tengok Aurora dominan liga. Final kena bantai. Tak ada pendapat tu guys. It just momentum yang orang bawa lepas menang lawan TNC semalam.
Yeah, I can't even think of like how Aurora are feeling.
Aku rasa ni Aurora ni terkejut ni guys. Diorang tengah cok tercekik guys dengan gameplay Tlph buat sekarang ni. Kita tengok balik lah guys Ni turtle luka berapa ni? Turtle ketiga dah. Kita tengok dulu turtle ni. Turtle pertama. Turtle pertama je kan. Start Tlph menang terus Aurora kalah. Oh, diorang terbuat turtle tu. Mana Demon Kite? Kena tutup dengan JP tu.
JP holding down the front. Gets Team Kai really low here.
Mountain Shocker. They're going to try to pull a Hail Mary here.
Damn.
With the feathered airstrike, zoning out Aurora. JP very low.
Patut dah bagi JP tu DP. JP ni dari tadi dia gigi kan. Dia ada tutup seorang at least seorang guys. Orang yang penting.
Oh, Edward, he goes down. Shadow kill going to be used. Carl picks up one.
Tutup pertama pun dah menang besar dah guys. Tak ada menang besar sangat pun tapi menang lah.
Impressive he's been.
Kita tengok turtle kedua. Turtle kedua pun ni Sunford tutup Edward pula. Nampak ni, kau tengok. TP tutup semua guys. Aku tengok light lah. Light macam pening sikit lah. Dia dari tadi nampak macam dia tak tahu dia nak backup siapa. Dia nak backup ke, dia nak tutup ke. Nampak macam dia tengah confident dia tengah low lah guys. Nampak JP tutup Demon Kite sampai kat belakang tu No, kena lagi.
He thought he was safe for the orange, but it was just for the bait.
Ngeri.
Pathway by Light to get on out there, and Liquid have successfully invaded. Lights down. 40 gets him. The Apex Predator strikes again with a flicker.
Aku macam first time tengok tau. It's just beautiful loh tengok dorang main guys. Cantik doh. Cantik doh gameplay dorang. Dah berapa sekarang? 3-0. 0-3.
And the timing of Karmatizi to conserve the shadow out at the very last second.
Dia pakai gatot je guys tutup semua orang kat situ.
Sanford's gonna jump in. He's zoning them out. Carl gets the turtle.
3 for 3. Feathered airstrike has already wreaked havoc, and the shadow kill go into the back. Light falls. No front line for Aurora.
No one goes down except for Light. Could have been way worse for Aurora, but now that's 3 for 3 for the objectives for Carl.
Saya tak turtle Tlph.
Yes.
Lebih kurang je. Takkan. Memang Tlph punya execution time nak ambil objektif tu memang cantik gila. Nak buat macam mana duk?
Magic damage. Physical damage. What do you do as a
Kan? Dulu tak? Tengok, kita tengok. Ush. Oh ni.
Jump in under the turret too.
Time Carl. Glorious pathway from
Demon Kite kena tutup.
Time Carl. Shadow kill plus an AOG. In comes JP, forcing a revitalize from Light.
Memang moment JP lah guys Aku rasa grand final ni JP menang ni. Final MVP.
Shadow kill. Already used. Down goes Demon Kite. Light gonna be up next. Oh, how about a killing spree? Liquid.
Cantik tempat diorang.
It's all
Aurora are helpless.
Satu from Chai Tlph nak jana income lebih extra much extra income tu 2 season kalah upper bracket final Astu champ.
Kenapa aku tak faham Tlph nak jana income lebih extra match extra income tu 2 season kalah upper bracket final lepas tu champ. Maksudnya cari-cari tak faham Finally MSC flashback weh.
Get a win in our favor.
Diorang ni juga yang main final MSC. Salam maghrib bulan Ji. Maghrib. Mana belum solat dulu guys. Suruh lukis Moon. Tolong lukis je boleh tak?
I have to take
Belak 03 dah ke? Aurora tidur.
For Coach RC and Coach Tic-Tac, what they have done to Liquid.
Tapi 3 game ni kan, aku perasan ada 2 orang je yang hidup. Yue dengan Domain Kite. Light, Demon Kite dengan Edward tak hidup doh. Jungle, XP dengan Roma tak hidup. Memang tak main guys. 3 game orang tak main. Kena tutup terus tau. Kena punish, kena belasah.
Just able to capitalize on this, make it all work. Get to the point, and now they're just in the base here. Feather airstrike.
Light mati. Light paling tak hidup lah guys. Main.
Oh, they don't have any minions here. They
Ni kat sini Ohad kacep ah.
Ohad's gonna force the fight.
Not Ohad. You can't tell him what to do. Dropping that Zaman forward. He gets shut down. Takes too many a turret hit.
Ohad kacep oh.
Messy and greedy there for Ohad, but Liquid they are still in.
Tlph
They need some.
Kita tengok recap dia guys. Tengok ulang balik je. Tak nak bagi korang bosan. Light jadi dark system.
Even just the belt, even though that's not a full build item just yet on the Queen's Wings for Sanford, that's okay because he can still fight longer engagements.
Light hari tu menangis masuk final. Hari ni menangis kalah. Oh ni tak elok lah buat macam tu. Demon Kite. Siapa Demon Kite? Tak kenal. Ni lah finalist MVP ni. Yang ni team fight ni hampir kalah guys dorang. Team fight ni hampir kalah dah. Edward set up lawa. Tapi seorang tak mati. Kalau sama fat, kalau duit dorang sama balance, mungkin ada yang mati lah tu.
Satu from Aiman. Moon Assalamualaikum. Semoga Moon dengan family bahagia dan sihat selalu.
Amin. Terima kasih. Ni laju sangat doh gamenya guys. Wih, laju sangat siau. Laju sangat doh gamenya.
INFIMPL sa TikTok and Twitter.
So we're really honored, and it shows that our efforts are making an impact. Aspiring esports players and
orang masuk kedu.
So shout out to our loyal
4-0 kah macam saja homeboy season lepas. Aku rasa macam tu lah guys. Tapi tolonglah Aurora, bangkit lah dok. Janganlah last game. Bagilah malam Sabtu ni, malam Ahad ni kasih panas-panas sikit dok.
Sana supportan nyo si Infinix.
And by the way, rumor has it.
Guys, warga TikTok, by the way nak minta tolong warga TikTok. Aku ada post video baru. Boleh tak like, repost, komen ke apa ke? Boleh tak?
I heard.
Yes.
Malam Isnin lah, malam Isnin. Tak ada OT malam ni Moon. Kan? Kau tengok semua ni happy je. Dah lah bayar mahal-mahal lepas tu 4-0.
Filipino traditional Mira. Infinix and MPL is really cooking something up. We're collaborating on something this Christmas season.
Aurora kalah sebab draft ke sebab tak perform? Sebab dia bukan di antara dua tu doh Liverpool. Kau tu tak sebab apa? Sebab Tlph yang kuat doh. Tlph sebab itu je.
In our all social media platforms, and also don't forget to join
Too strong my brother, too strong.
Community group, and mag-enjoy tayo dun sa loob. Marami tayong fun giveaways.
Bagi fight kan?
Mga fun challenges.
So, see you there.
Thank you once again, Miss Irish and Mr. Willie.
Thank you.
We are ready for game number 4. Panel, over to you.
Pun main tournament game tu lama pun tak panas ke? Kat sana sejuk gila. Haziq.
Surprises from Infinix. Obviously the GT
Nampak je tempat dia besar tapi sebenarnya sejuk.
So well here in the MPL Philippines season 16 and here in the playoffs it's no different.
Yeah, do you get to see the hand cams that get featured every now and then when we're in game? I think my favorite hand cam was when it was showed on Zyda yesterday.
Oh yeah, the Fanny game.
We saw the Fanny hand cam when Zyda was playing it yesterday, and he had like a finger glove on his right thumb.
Oh yeah,
and
he's one of the few people who actually do that.
Yeah, and then they use 4 fingers, of course, being a pro player, and then you.
I only use 2. I'm sorry. Free. For the items. 1 for the items.
It's only 3 for me also, but Zyda's just.
Kau faham ke Mun? Aku faham lah Inggeris.
A lot of our players here are.
Cuma aku nak kena fokus lah. Kalau aku sambil borak aku dah tak dengar dah. Drafting start in 1 minute guys. Only. Kalau glory ke atas hero mid apa yang mental lah.
Satu
main je apa yang rasa nak main.
Iron Shiki. Salam Moon predict siapa teman Sam pergi MP7.
Nampak macam Tlph ni bro.
It does feel like it. And I don't really want stuff like that to
senyum
happen.
lagi tak? Sebab aku faham apa yang dia cakap tu lah. Aku senyum.
What time is it?
It's only 7:30 p.m. At
Hello,
this point,
hello.
we barely just started the regular season show.
Realistically speaking,
Kenapa ramai streamer tak live?
none of our casters
I
predicted
don't
us
know
to
lah
go
Mama Ali.
4-0.
Mungkin
No one
bosan kot.
predicted less than 5 games.
Bosan lah guys
No one
tengok
predicted less than 5
game.
games.
Tak ramai minat pun. Ramai nak tahu result je.
I'm assuming they do.
Chat, Brigitte is asking you.
No, because like Aurora's top 1, we already threw out all the stats, all the facts, and how they just.
Bosan ke
are
Mun? Mostly
the team
ngantuk.
everyone expects to
Mostly ada
be
yang tertidur lah. Itu confirm lah guys.
Yeah.
in playoffs.
We also brought out all the permutations of the draft.
Aku dulu waktu aku jadi pro player kan nak tengok MPL kan.
Yeah.
That's it. Damn.
Yeah.
And here's a clear-head
Ido,
super fan
confirm.
of the day. Who is going to be the best among 2,000 plus attendees here in Cuneta Astrodome?
Go for sweep ni kalau tiba-tiba comeback balik 3 ni Aurora ni respect do mental dorang.
Wow.
Clear package. Power up your Dandruff-free scalp. Supercharged with clear.
I thought that was him.
Apparently they'll receive 1 month
Oh
supply.
ya, boleh abonya rasa siapa boleh main ni.
What the heck?
Who's gonna win? Who's gonna win?
Oh shit.
Okay. Who? Oh.
Damn. All right. This guy has the commercial here.
Clear head,
this
super
commercial
fan
hair
of the
looks
day.
like he styled his hair.
He styled it. Yeah. It's
And
kind
then the other one
Ini
has
kalau aku ada kat
commercial
sini
hair.
mesti aku.
glossy look.
This
This
one's
guy has
commercial
hair. You guys know what I'm talking about. Look at these.
Okay.
Rasa punca dia coach Tlph ni.
Who has the sharper jawline?
Mostly lah. Tak tahulah apa benda yang diorang bagi makan kan dekat budak-budak PH ni.
Yeah.
Gameplay cantik betul.
Bring out your A game.
This is 1 month supply. Come on.
And for 1 month supply, who is it gonna be?
I think they also can't decide on who the winner is.
Yeah, I think Derek is having a hard time choosing one.
Come show us your dandruff-free scalp.
We want to see that dandruff-free scalp, bro.
I swear he styled that.
He styled it. Okay, there you go. Commercial hair wins.
Kau tengok ni guys
Mr.
Kalau aku jadi dia aku malu lah guys. Kau tengok
Fly of clear men.
Mamat ni dah try hard tau.
Come on.
Dia kan tengah dapat spotlight ni kan.
Bring out your A game.
Yang ni dia ni senyum ni tak buat apa guys. Lepas tu
For 1 month supply, who is it gonna be?
Lepas tu member ni dah try hard tau. Dah buat comel-comel. Lepas tu cak lagi kau tengok dia tunjuk rambut dia, dia tunjuk dagu dia. Dia tunjuk everything lah guys. For now dia tunjuk everything. Dia main-main rambut, dia main-main rambut.
I swear he styled.
Member ni kau tak ada buat apa je.
We want to see that dandruff-free scalp, bro.
Buka mulut.
I swear he styled that.
Buka mulut pun menang tau.
Okay, there you go. Commercial hair wins.
Yeah.
Member dah try hard dah.
Commercial hair wins.
1 month supply.
Bagilah yang belah kiri tu sial.
You'll be saving a lot of money. Congratulations. And that's it. He's the clear-head super fan of the day.
I'm expecting to see a much more improved hairstyle from this guy in the coming months.
Yeah, for sure.
Sial member tu dah main macam ni lah guys.
I really hope that clear. Is there clear woman?
Ay.
I think there is. There should be. Maybe there will be.
Jom solat silakan tak scan.
It's the last
Aku dah solat dah dok.
I can wipe me.
Rezeki tak salah alamat.
It's a 1 month supply. Yeah, previously we just used to get like a hyper bag. So
Ay. Okay, aku rasa lepas ni dah start dah ni draft.
Clearhead super fan for the
Dah
season.
start dah ni.
But shoutouts to all our
Diorang tak nak pick
Clearhead
me.
super fans
Moon.
throughout. We've
Diorang tak
seen
nak pick me
a lot
Aku tak
of
rasa tu pick me tu tadi.
dandruff-free.
Dia dah buat try hard dah tu. Nak dapatkan shampoo.
You can do it, Bree. Me in chat believes in you. Let's
Hey.
go. All right, so we are at a point where it's TLPH on blue side. That is insane, honestly. We'll get side select.
Ini muka je macam ni, kata tak? Dalam kepala otak tu dah fikir menang dah tau.
Aurora
Dalam
has
otak tu
picked
dah
blue
fikir
side
menang dah
for
tu.
like 2 games or free. And they've lost, I think.
Berdebar ni.
I don't know what that means for this specific game. Some teams will get a little bit
Baru start ke? Dah berapa dah skor? Dah 3-0 dah bang.
But is that gonna happen here?
Dah 3-0 dah bang.
That's what we're about to see. Because they're 5 seconds away from, I can't believe I'm saying this, but potentially the last game of tonight.
Of the whole season.
Okay, let's go.
MPL Philippines.
Oh my. Okay.
Betul apa hang cakap Mon, aku dah 2 game dah tertidur tadi, nampak?
If it becomes cloud.
Because if the randomizer is randomizing, then Aurora might not want that for
Guess
this.
game.
It is! It's flying clouds!
Let's go! Prediction!
Now.
Apakah guess korang guys?
A bit too much for today.
And in Flying Clouds, it's showing us an 88% win rate for Team Liquid.
I'm not sure how Aurora feels about this, but we just gotta play. Okay.
If you're a light, if you're a Aurora fan,
Tlph menggunakan Fedrin
spam that blue heart.
Comeback ke Edward?
Everything's happening so
Comeback
fast.
please.
What the heck's happening here? Insta locking here with Tlph on the Fredrin and Dominkite back on the Howard.
Oh my gosh,
What is happening, Bree?
Okay,
Aurora comeback, let's go. Paling 4-1 ke, 4-2 ke, 4-3 ke, okey lah. Bagi fight lah tu.
Yeah.
Okay, sekarang ni diorang pula ambil Gatot, diorang pula ambil Harit.
Now it's another jungler
And
for
Akai. Okay. Kita nampak draft diorang laju kan Kasen. Diorang tak ada tunggu-tunggu tu. Bam. Ben. Pick Ben. Diorang dah ready lah guys. Nampak laju siap Ben drafting diorang.
The Fredrin man. Stop the Fred man from overtaking this game.
You gotta have a way to be
So dah ready
a bit more secured when it comes
At
to
least 4-2 lah kan. At least
has one of the biggest resources that you can use to prevent
sampai berapa jam
easy
lagi ni,
access to either using your
Laju gila
retribution or
game
just
ni.
contesting the objectives in general. Ooh, I'm seeing myself. Hello.
Hey.
But yeah. So they take out the Farza. Finally, it gets respected as well here. So there won't be any
Yif kena ban.
matches
Respect.
available for the second phase of the draft so far. But
Is that one way they're trying to balance this out by removing some of these mid lane picks?
Ui, makin
that
besar
could
nampak.
disrupt the team fight?
Orang punya piala.
I think now's the time
Makin
that we get to see
membesar
a Kimi
nampak,
from
guys.
Aurora. Because there's a Gatot Kimi matchup potentially, and there
Predict
are
MVP final, JP.
ranged burst damage mages.
Yeah, no major threats to the to you, so that might be an option.
And even dive, because it's just a Lapu, and at least you have like a
Siapa lagi ni?
way to quickly reposition yourself if ever you did want to. But at most, it's
Apakah
just the
Ben?
Fredrin that's serving as the front. We don't know what JP's hero is yet, though.
Valen.
So that's also one
Good
thing they
ban,
might want to consider. But based on how things are going, or based on how things have been going, the Hilda also too is still available. Though I might not consider that, especially in this scenario where the Akai is the jungler for.
What? 4-0 kan Moon, janganlah 4-0 guys.
So JB maybe
Elise
might
please.
pick up
Aku rasa ni Elise ni.
something else this time around.
I still am waiting for the chip from JP.
Are we? But this isn't a Kai Gatot Kacha though, so the AOG and the heavy spin might not make it that easy for a chip.
The combo
to
is
come
off,
through.
yeah. But at the same time, you know,
Lambat pula ni.
You can do the assassination.
Dua bawah ni
5-minute
lama
game.
pula guys. Tadi laju pula nampak. 4-0 alang-alang.
You though he is putting everything
Yif.
on versus
Yif pula Sisi.
So going back,
Silion.
I think available roamers out there are.
You want to be safe. You do want to Hilda here.
Interesting thing about Hilda really is
Hilda.
Okay, still go Hilda.
You Louis.
We're going
Louis.
Okay, what does Edward pick in this scenario? Edward has to have
Elise ni bro.
a very reliable XP laner.
We might have to go Alice or...
The Alice is there, but...
Or Terizla here.
Oh, lain. Terizla tu.
Yeah. There you go. Okay.
4-0 fix Moon.
I mean, this is so...
4-0
this is so,
Confirm
It's like
4-0.
plugging a hole in the sinking ship.
I'm trying to digest everything that's happening. Because aside from the fact that this was probably the fastest draft we've ever had.
Dah grand final sudah.
This is looking
Rasa
so
ni jauh
much
sikit
like
lah mic ni. Gabut lah.
Comfort.
It is. It's maximum
Buat
comfort.
ni
They
draft.
have not brought
Buat ke,
out
guys?
Lo Yi in a long time as well.
Aku rasa lah kan.
I'm not sure how I feel about.
Tak tahulah guys. Bagi aku balance lah. Draft dorang balance tu. Diorang tak ada yang menang tu draft dorang.
So I don't know Aurora's
Sekarang ni
thinking, but I hope
it
that we
depends
can
on
be
how
surprised,
dorang
or else
execute
this is gonna be the
gameplay
last
dorang
series for the day or last game for the day.
Sebab tu
They're casters.
dia jadi
Let's go.
Tlph yang menang sebab dorang punya execution dorang dalam gameplay tu cantik. Nak ambil turtle nak tutup siapa. Nak ini nak buat apa. Kemas lah, kemas.
To say the least, can do something about it in this game for Renmar. Looking at the draft.
Okay, last game
With your
ataupun
analyst hat on, man. What's going on here? This looks a little confusing.
kemenangan
Throwback to MSC 2025. It was the
untuk tim Tlph saya guys
that gave SRG the only win that they got against Team Liquid Philippines in the grand finals.
Belum apa-apa lagi weh dah kena belasah dengan si kapak ni.
And it's enough with an Akai to plug it. They have their
macam tak senang duduk asal
to comforts. Edward needs to be on point with his entries alongside Light on the Gatot Kacha.
There's a big problem about that, Renmar. This is
dah habis satu mana tu belum apa-apa lagi dah habis mana guys.
Thousands of miles away from Riyadh.
Mungkin kau whitelist ke? Asal Pi cakap dia tak boleh nampak FPH sebab dia tak isi lah whitelist.
Even if guess who won?
Whitelist tu kena isi.
Big tournament.
Well, we all know who that was. And it's crazy.
Mid pun dah kena bully. Okay, nasib baik kat bawah ni Oheb menang. Oheb kalah. Kalau tidak League game dah kena ni. M7 bila pun tahun depan ke akhir tahun? Selalunya memang M series akhir tahun guys.
For both of them, the most synonymous with their MPL Philippines Season 16 versions. Lots of tough boots across the board because of all the crowd control that both lineups had. Lo Yi has had a terrible MPL Philippines Season 16. That is the one thing that Aurora is banking on. One of the few things that they can bank on here, and that Liquid need to change their narrative around that hero. Let's see once we are in the turtle fight.
Tetap pertama. Selalunya Aurora akan kalah dekat tetap pertama ni guys. Selalunya lah.
Oh, JP pressing load game on all of the previous wins that he had in this best of 7. Just on Light's face. You too getting mad.
Tak masuk siap dorang.
Heavy spin by Demon Kite pinning down 40.
Tak masuk doh turtle tu.
The smiling demon as Carl takes
kalah ni guys. Ya. Yeah, I think so guys. 4-0 doh ni.
Not the start you want to have. Could have been significantly cleaner. Aurora are gonna regret fighting that first turtle like that.
Tak main. Aurora tak main guys.
Oheb in lane. Sanji's appearance here is one of the few times that Domikai's been able to show up, but now with Oheb with a level gap, able to balance things out towards his favor.
And this is the thing here too, JP. Someone's got to control JP from Aurora, man. He's been having a hell of a time. Probably one of his best series so far in his career against Aurora, game to game to game to game, and it's just
habis awal lah aku hari ni guys kalau macam ni.
To even have
habis
this
awal
kind
aku.
of jungler that we're used to seeing for Demon Kite.
Yeah, it was Sanford who was able to get the AOG. Oh, Light misses.
That's it. Flickers out. Sanji 2.
Diorang dapat rasa danger kan guys kan. Diorang terus flicker tu. Diorang dapat rasa danger terus flicker tu. Diorang tak ada tunggu-tunggu tu. Flicker. Dan kepala otak tu kalau diorang dapat rasa flicker, diorang flicker terus guys.
This has been the toughest series Demon Kite
Sukan
has
si
ever
bila pun
played
tak
all season long.
pastilah.
I think maybe what they
I'm not sure lah geng.
one of the weak points here to Aurora to deal with that.
Habis awal boleh mabar. Tak tahulah nak mabar ke tak guys.
unbelievable pressure.
Aku penat lah mabar semalam 10 jam.
He has not been able to position himself to even contest.
Thank you mana yang dah punch card guys. Mana belum follow kasih follow dulu guys. Mana belum follow kasih follow dulu please. Tak boleh lah guys. Ini dapat kosong ni.
Massive disconnect.
4-0.
That bush that Light was holding at that point just hold lower bottom mid.
10 jam naik berapa star mun? Naik banyak agak semalam. Cuma tak ingat berapa. Naik 15 kot ke 20?
Edward the retreat. I think he
Ke 10 macam tu lah lebih kurang lah.
Oh no, it's Sansan right on Edward. They send themselves down bottom, rotating towards a turtle. Big fight already. Zaman Force dropped by Dom and Kite.
Memang JP ni final MVP aku rasa. Bukan Tlph, bukan Sanji, bukan Sunford, bukan Oheb. Actually ya, Tlph ni guys, Sunford pernah menang final MVP, Tlph pernah menang MVP, final MVP, Sanji pernah menang final MVP ke? Pernah ke? Aku tak sure tapi rasa macam pernah. Oheb pernah menang final MVP juga. Tinggal JP je ni.
Retribution away. And now the clock is
tak main duk level 8 sampai level 6.
Getting closer and closer to the story of Aurora ending with heartbreak.
Gang
gets hit with an Abraser's Wrath, survives with about 10 HP, forcing Light to revitalize.
Aurora's in that position now where hold on, Domakai should be okay, but and JP again just being a nuisance all over the place. Aurora's in the position where they have to support Demon Kite or at least
Tlph tengah in the hot zone orang panggil guys.
Hear how ridiculous that sounds.
It does.
Support the Akai?
He needs help.
He needs so much more help. Aurora hasn't changed their game plan all series long. Instead of focusing on making sure that Demon Kite can get farmed, that the center of the map is good. They've been changing their focuses, putting a lot more focus.
Sunford buat kasus CD. Pelik doh kadang-kadang dorang punya item guys.
I mean look at this. They're centered around.
Dorang gameplay dorang, item dorang jarang gila doh ikut buku.
Carl TZ diversion trip to the mid lane. Again, what can Aurora do from this point? Who do they go for? Who do they bank on? Is it just Doming kind of the Harris?
Light intercepting on Carl.
Aurora boleh menang late game. Tapi for now aku tak nampak macam mana diorang nak delaykan game lah guys. Aku tak nampak apa Aurora buat untuk delaykan the game lah. Aku tengok macam kena bantai daripada awal sampai ke akhir.
Every angle.
Kalau diorang ni pick Zusin kena double pass juga ke?
Man-to-man zone.
Kenapa dalam banyak-banyak aku baca benda tu
Light's gonna be in trouble again. He's so low.
Called easy with the Abraser's Wrath. 7-4 dropped by Doming Kite. The flicker from Sanji backing out.
Nak mati tu guys. Okay JP. Flicker ke flicker? Flicker ke flicker? Ui. Disiplin. Kalau aku itu aku dah tanam lah guys. Kepala dia dalam rumput. Kalau aku dah tanam lah guys. Aku flicker aku sam. Tapi disiplin
From the walkouts to what they're doing during the game, from walking out from the playing area to back to their huddle areas, it seems like that's been the story. Liquid have just been living rent-free in Aurora's heads. Aurora have not played their game all series long. Aurora have looked uncomfortable all series long. And now Liquid, it's their series to lose, their
atas
game
kena
to lose.
tutup, bawah kena tutup, mid kena tutup. Kalau aku tanya lah, nak farm mana ni?
This is where Stallions live and run free. They are the defending champions and they are bullying Aurora since game 1.
Okay. Akal TZ. Macam tu lah Demon Kite mainnya. Sanji. Bahaya. Mistakes.
They lay down a smackdown on the Light Bravest Fighter under that Gakakacha. Hey, take him down. Serving up a kill to
kena balik tu.
All part of the plan, I guess, for Tlph. Maybe Carl TZ wasn't supposed to be heavy spun into a turret.
Takkanlah kena 4-0 ni bro. Dapat 4-0 ni.
They don't even have the retribution. They just have the man advantage. And they still get it. And it's on the Granger of all people.
Kill 1 is a different beast. The day he woke up and he chose to be greater than ever. He chose to show the world, hey, I am the M3 MVP. I am a 3-time champion. Now he's looking to be a 4-time champion.
This has to be heartbreaking for the Auroras. It was Aurora that had the most
come on lah Aurora, main lah sikit
intention
dok.
of the season.
Lawan lah sikit
Champions.
tipis-tipis.
That's it. No looking towards M7. Just get the championship. Finally win that chip for the org. They missed out on it in 14. Didn't even make it to the grand finals in 15.
Lawan lah tipis-tipis
But now they are on the
guys.
brink of just getting
Janganlah kena
trampled by the
bantai
hoods
macam
of Liquid.
ni.
Juxtaposed to Liquid, who clearly said in their post-match interview last night, we're looking at M7. What is this? Another day in the office?
I think it is just another day here for Team Liquid, as it's another objective that's going to be going in the hands of Tlph. Aurora isn't even close to this. They're huddled around the Tier 2 turret, trying to think of a plan on how to get this game under control.
Tak masuk
Joseph, is this a turquoise ube? They're really just stuck together.
They're stuck, man. I don't know. I don't know what's happening here. Aurora, I think even for themselves, if the Stampede
Diorang nak kena mengharapkan Yui tu guys. Cecilion. Tapi nak harapkan damage Cecilion je tak boleh juga ni ah.
JP. Oh,
tapi kalau korang perasan kan, duit diorang tak jauh beza sangat pun doh. Damage pula duit. Duit diorang tak jauh beza pun doh guys. Beza 1,000, 2,000. Tapi dia tengok macam mana diorang main tu. Keras.
Aurora needs so much more time to make this composition shine, and it's just not happening here.
Menang dah Tlph, dah menang
Onyx Philippines admit that they
bukan
forgot
daripada masa depan pun dah boleh predict dah doh guys Tlph menang.
The world who the hell they are right now. Closer and closer to immortality yet again.
Gila kalau aku dah berdebar dah ni guys. Wih, datang daripada belakang. Damn. Wih. Sanji. Sini bawa ikan. Okey lah, slowly lah orang kata.
A big trade for Aurora. They lost the base turret.
Come on, Aurora. Come on,
Liquid has done this time and time again. That first Lord 5K ahead.
Fight for everything. Fight.
Now that was Aurora's fault. That was Edward and Light with the link up, the flank, the gank, the set, and Demon Kite getting the heavy spin to make sure that they can even get a kill onto Sanji. Now we've got ourselves a game. This is now within Light's reach.
Let's take a look at the replay. Exactly what happened again.
Tak kena stun tu. Oh tak kena stun tau. Patutnya kena tu.
With damage, but they force it all this under the turret. So even when Carl goes down, Edward gets away with a sliver of health.
Joseph, that is the magic keywords. Under the turret.
Under the turret. So, it's happened many times.
So that means that would have happened elsewhere on the map.
Yeah.
Aurora has to thank their lucky stars. Liquid were willing
Dia
to
dah bagi sesi lah guys buff.
You asked if this is a turquoise coded Ube. One of the greatest strengths of Ube back in the heyday was making comebacks through moments like these. Being able to come back just when you thought they'd lose one sequence or turn it around. There is still a significant lead that they have to chip away at. Tlph with the Athena Shield, Dominance Eyes, didn't full build into the anti-Karaz, but Oheb still has a significant lead over Dominkai. Good thing for them is now though, it's 12 minutes in,
item hari dah siap
they
Holy
already have
Crystal.
the Holy Crystal on the Harith, and
So item core dia dah siap lah guys.
as well for the Sicilian. So this is within comeback reach, and Liquid cannot overheat.
They can't overheat. Aurora, how are they even in a position?
Tapi Gringa ni top pick juga kata Gringa Harit.
First time in 12 minutes, yes. They're trying.
JP.
What a dance. JP taking that flank. Aurora have eyes on him. I'm pretty sure someone saw. JP comes in. Eyes on UF.
Yui kena tutup dengan JP macam biasa. Member tak boleh nak buat apa. Okey, buff. Lot. Demon Kite dapat. Macam ni. Fight. Demon Kite tengah tunggu timing ulti.
Get out of there. They have to get out, but Demon Kite got the
lock. Okay.
Go back.
Summon force by Demon Kite pushing Oheb out. Now the next
lama juga fight ni. Tahan. Masih tahan lagi tu guys. Yui ada datang balik. JP dapat bunuh tu. Tapi kita boleh nampak kat sini tipis-tipis lah. Aurora masih ada harapan guys. Still have hopes. Masih ada harapan guys.
Lord buys them time for Aurora to stay in the
Tapi kau
game.
tengok kan sebelum dia clear kan, orang yang ambil tu segala benda kan. Ya, bagilah Diamond Kite tu farm dok. Sikit-sikit pun boleh lah guys guys, mana belum follow boleh tak? Guys follow dulu guys. Kasih follow dulu tipis-tipis. Yang kat YT jangan lupa untuk subscribe, mana belum subscribe. Kasih like tipis-tipis juga guys. Kau tengok duit Sanji kan, Sesi lagi kaya guys daripada dia punya ni. Aku kata duit doang tak banyak jauh doh. Ini guys, mana yang dah follow, tapi itulah 2 orang je. 2 orang je dok baru follow aku. Jauh tu.
Might have been. Yeah, he was single-handedly zoning out you again, which is why it felt like a long time for.
No, orang YT. Orang YT aku suruh subscribe sekali dah subscribe dah doh. Orang YT yang terbaik doh. Sorry TikTok
At this point though, Aurora has accomplished one thing, that's time. Again, we talked about this.
Karena suruh aku follow kau, tak ada lah. Yang belum follow lah. Yang belum follow lah guys.
And he just got a clock of destiny for more time. So now at this point,
ini memang diorang akan disiplin, diorang akan tunggu lot lagi sekali. Lepas tu diorang akan guard. Dan sub, thank you warga YT. Memang terbaik loh, paling handsome doh korang.
And they're still going to put pressure on the purple buff of Demon Kite. But he will go ahead, and it looks like he doesn't get it. Nope. He hasn't had majority of his
W,
the last fight for the Lord is why we saw what an Akai can bring to these objectives. If the team is able to capitalize on that and Demon Kite can get that space for heavy spin, he can secure it. And every Lord that's secured from this point is a big win for Aurora.
Ulti dia adalah sekali 2 kena.
Has had immaculate minion wave control all season long. And they have to
Limit
keep
dulu
that
macam
up.
biasa.
The lack of the turret in the bottom lane.
Kena tengok. Main laning ke tak main laning?
In the mid lane. And they're up against Liquid Slow Yi.
Kau tengok tau. Dia buat lagi sekali JP tu dia buat lagi sekali guys.
How heartbreaking would it be if despite everything that they've done in this game, it's the signature
dah
Liquid
nampak.
backdoor.
Oh man, Demon Kite taking a ton of damage, already at half health.
I'm looking at Dominic, he flushes Daddy JP out and that is
Thank you guys mana dah follow. Sayang korang doh kat TikTok.
JP goes mid, bottom. He wants to go ahead and push that turret in so that UA has to respond.
Yeah. He's just hitting the siege minion. He's not full clearing it, allowing the minions to
Buat ke? Aku rasa kali ni diorang buat doh. Diorang buat doh.
Demon Kite, he's gonna have to make a play.
Sanford on him. Oheb comes in close. Raven Spider comes
Wow!
in. Still secures the lead. Is that one forced? By Dominic. That's not a fight they want to
Demon Kite.
She light
Wih.
out of here.
And bungok.
Oh my god. The Golden Road beckons. Stampede complete. The cavalry goes back to back.
Bapak lah macam tu je finalnya. Hai.
Macam tu je. Undeniable reality that crushes the brightest of dreams. Team Liquid are better than you. Team Liquid are on the Golden Stampede.
Ada pihak doh dekat Tlph.
Are undisputed.
It runs in their blood. They've done this over and over again. From Jakarta to Malaysia to Cambodia, a backdoor win by Liquid.
I pose the possibility.
Gila lah 4-0 weh final. Padahal dekat regular season Aurora ni bantai-bantai tau.
Is a macro play. And they just brought the cavalry down there. We talked about managing that wave. And they used it to their advantage to win the championship.
The story
4-0.
continues for Aurora. Tonight
Replay.
ends in heartbreak and tears.
Demon Kite, he's gonna have to make a play.
Sekarang ni ada minion. Tapi diorang dah start teamfight guys. So Sesi terpaksa datang teamfight terus. Tapi Sanji buat shot call lah ni. Sekejap aku nak tengok. Ada tak Sanji bercakap? Ada. Dia ada kata. Datang sini. Kau tengok minion tu. Banyak lagi kat sana.
That's not a fight that they want to take. Light out of here.
Damn. Pandai Zak. Next level lah. Decision makingnya laju, cepat. No 1 second waste. Tak ada 1 second pun yang wasted guys kat situ.
Make some noise for your back-to-back champions, Team Liquid.
Lelaki ni ada tak guys? Siapakah? Umumkan. Ada tak?
After 8 weeks and 5 days of the playoffs, we now have our MPL Philippines Season 16 champions.
Gila.
Get ready to lift your trophy you've earned.
Siapakah? Umumkan. Dah nampak Louis TP tu dah tahu keluar strategi begitu. Tapi kalau korang dalam game tu korang pun mesti pening diorang nak buat apa. For real though bro. Thank you Wan. Thank you for the subscribe.
Moments for them, and now I think it is time.
Thank you mana yang dah subscribe guys YT.
Get ready to lift the trophy you've earned. In 3, 2, 1.
The champion of MPL Season 16. Diorang boleh ni doh guys, lengkapkan diorang punya Golden Road doh ni.
And your symbol of immortality. To present more of the awards, we welcome on
Macam
stage
tak main.
Mr. Victor Tana Kabuay, Best of Project Manager.
Banyaknya yang subscribe. Thank you so much. Besok
Now to award
Grand finalist guys. Siapakah grand finalist? JP ni aku rasa ni.
Coach Tic-Tac.
Coach RC.
Tengok guys, berapa ramai YT subscribe. TikTok hari ni baru 33 je dok.
JP.
What a moment doh disebut MVP. Perks bukan piak ingatkan piak tadi.
Carl TZ.
The GOAT. Damn. Player paling kaya Carl TZ. Ya ke? 5 kali dah dia menang guys. Sama macam Yum. MPL lah, menang MPL maksudnya. Oh ni pun coaching coach dia juga ah.
Once again your champions, Team Liquid Philippines.
Berapa ni guys korang rasa? Damn. Tu bini JP serius lah. YT dengar cakap pun tahu. Lepas tu aku ni sayang warga-warga YT ni.
And finally, we award our final MVP.
Tengok non-stop guys subscribe-nya. 5 bilion. Bapak 5 bilion.
The player that has significantly contributed to their team's road to immortality.
Siapa? JP.
Presenting this award
Confirm.
is Miss Janet R.
Confirm JP.
Supervising sports
and Games Regulation
Gameplay yang
Officer.
dia bawa tu memang dia kacau tu guys. Dia
And
tutup
Mr.
tu.
John Carlo R. Felix, Sports and Games Inspector. And now, are you ready to find out your finals MVP?
Baru berapa jam aku live ni? Baru 3 jam tu. Live ni 3 jam je guys.
Any guesses? Isigaw nyo!
Bot aku rasa nah pula.
And your finals MVP is... JP!
Semua atas pentas ni semua pernah dapat final MVP tu guys. Oheb pernah, Sanji pernah, Tlph pernah, Sanford pernah. Gila.
Once again, your finals MVP, JP! JP, congratulations. You now have a finals MVP kasama ang iyong mga kakampi. And mind you,
Ang iyong
JP
mahang sa
is
kakampi.
still undefeated in a grand final. What's the secret, JP? Ano bang nangyayari whenever you step into a grand finals para mag-evolve ka na ganito?
Ano lang po talaga, nagpo-focus ako sa ginagawa ko lang po yung best ko para sa teammates ko para makapag-space din.
What an incredible performance for the grand finals. I bet hindi nila in-expect yung ganito na outcome. And kahapon nakausap natin ang Team Liquid Philippines. I wanna ask Sanford dahil kahapon sinabi mo na hindi nyo inaasahan or hindi nyo in-aim yung championship today. What happened this morning? What made you decide? Ano ang tumakbo sa isip nyo na ganito kalakas ang Team Liquid Philippines stepping into the grand finals?
Ano lang po yun reverse psychology lang po yun. Pero talagang in-enjoy lang po namin yung series tapos ayun, sobrang nagulat kami na nakuha namin yung ganitong resulta.
So this is Team Liquid Philippines without any pressure. This is your potential. Pero parang may na-pressure kanina. Oheb!
Kanina
Nararamdaman namin yung pressure dito
Oheb, game 3 pa lang. Palong-palo ka na. Anong meron doon? What's the story behind it?
Gusto ko lang talaga bumawi sa Aurora, kaya sobrang gigil ko kanina. Pero mga close naman kami yan, sa in-game lang talaga magkakalaban.
Parang hindi kayo naniniwala. Naniniwala ba kayo?
Naniniwala ka ba kayo?
Medyo tagilid ang resulta ng iyong interview pero hindi tagilid ang inyong naging resulta with this tournament. Once again, your finals
Ini baru betul
MVP,
loh. Tak adalah macam siapa ke? Umumkan. Kau tengok cara dia ni host. Ni baru betul.
What a moment for all of Team Liquid Philippines and for the rest of them that are right here.
Back to back.
Of everyone that has made it all happen in behalf of our teams, staff, and the rest of everybody support. Maraming salamat po sa lahat ng nagpunta sa Cuneta Astrodome to be part of history. And in behalf of Almira, Odin, my name is Hans Galeria, and this has been MPL Philippines Season 16!
Habis sudah.
Champions, you can do your trophy lift one more time. Odin, please do the counting for us.
Once again, you may lift the trophy that is rightfully yours. In 3, 2, 1! Congratulations to your champion!
Rindunya lah nak pegang trofi guys. Rasa nak comeback lah. Ada siapa-siapa nak ambil aku season depan guys. Hai, berkobar-kobar guys rasa. Damn. Kalau tak ada sesi analisis, rehat tu 1 jam je kau live mon. 3 jam lah aku live. So macam mana ni guys? Aku rasa kita off dulu lah guys. Kalau malam nanti aku live lah guys Apa final MVP? JP. Aku lepak-lepak dulu kan. Nanti apa-apa nanti kita jumpa lah malam nanti kalau aku rajin nak live guys kan. Kalau ada slot dengan 7GL ke apa ke. So apa-apa pun, thank you so much guys untuk like, share dan for the follow. Warga YT, korang hari ini memang terbaik dah warga YT. Thank you so much yang dah follow warga YT. So apa-apa pun, insyaAllah kita jumpa di next stream akan datang. Dan jangan lupa untuk bersalawat Allahumma salli ala sayyidina Muhammad wa ala ali sayyidina Muhammad. Kita jumpa di next stream akan datang guys. Bye bye guys.